to sa tanong na to. Okay? So, yun yung ginagawa ko mga tol. So, nung ako ay nag-take ng board examination, tapos tinatry ko na i-compute sa akin, okay, yung aking average. So, ang computation ko nun dati, tol, before lumabas yung result, nasa 87 lang. So, ibig sabihin, mga tol, okay, may iba pa akong tumama. Okay? Hindi ko kasi kinonsider yung 80% lang na sure ako. Yung nagdadalawang isip ako kung tama ba ako o mali. Okay? So, ganun yung ginawa ko, tol, para ma-determine ko pasado ba ako. Kaya, tol, ang aim natin in every area, okay? In every area, kailangan natin makakuha ng at least 60 items out of 100. Okay? 60 items out of 100. Okay, baka signal. Okay, baka signal nga po. Okay? So, yung sa iba po, clear naman po sa iba. Or mahina po. Wait lang po ah. Yan, okay na po. Okay na. Yes. Okay, clear na. Baka mahina lang yung volume. Okay, so paki-check na lang po ano po. Okay. So yun lang po. Medyo mahina sa iba. Ano po? Hello po. Hello po. Okay. So meron po, clear po sa inyo. Clear. Naririnig po ako. Okay, malakas na. Okay, so malakas na po. Yan. Okay, malakas naman siguro. Okay, so ang ating subject for today mga tol, fundamentals of criminal investigation. Okay, sabayan nyo lang ako tol, then participate tayo. Okay, para magkaroon tayo or mas lalo nating maintindihan yung ating subject. Okay, so can we start na? Okay, ready na ba kayo mga tol? So game na ba? Game na? Yes, okay, game na. Okay, so simulan natin tol sa unang tanong natin. Okay, yung ating first question for this evening. Okay, so the art which deals with the identity, location, and arrest of a person who committed a particular crime and concurrently includes identification, collection, preservation, and evaluation of evidence for the purpose of bringing criminal offender to the bar of justice. What is this? Okay, so investigation, criminal investigation, probe, investigative process. Okay? So tingnan natin tol sa tanong, intindihin muna natin yung tanong. Okay, ang tinatanong dito tol, what is an art daw which deals with the identity, location, and or arrest and providing evidence for the guilt of perpetrator. So ano po ang ating answer dyan? Okay, ang answer po natin dyan ay criminal investigation. Okay, tatandaan nyo mga tol na ang criminal investigation ay isang art and science. Kapag tinanong kayo sa board examination mga tol, sir, ano po ba talaga si criminal investigation? Art or science? Ang sagot, they are both art and science. Okay? Pareho silang art at pareho silang science. Sir, bakit po sila art? Okay? Ang criminal investigation tol ay art because sometimes, okay, the successful rate of criminal investigation ay nakabase saan? Sa mga experiences ng mga criminal investigator or nung mga prober natin. Okay? Kaya siya naging art. Now, sir, bakit po science? Bakit natin kinukonsider na science ang criminal investigation? It is because, okay, kapag tayo ay nag-iimbestigator, gumagamit tayo or nag-a-apply tayo ng mga various or different sciences. Okay? So, sir, ano yung example ng mga science na ginagamit natin? Tol, gumagamit tayo sa crime scene processing ang tinatawag nating photography. We are applying the science of photography. As well as mga tol, nag-a-apply din tayo ng tinatawag nating dactylography. Okay? In lifting the fingerprints found at the crime scene. That's why tol, kinukonsidered natin na science ang criminal investigation. Okay? So number one, the best answer is letter B. Sir, bakit hindi investigation? Tol, tatandaan nyo, na si investigation ay generic term. So ano po ba pag sinabi nating investigation? Pag sinabi nating investigation, mga tol, it is a systematic. Okay? Systematic. Okay? Ano pa? It is a thorough. Okay? Thorough. Okay? Or mabusisi. Okay? It is a step by step. Okay? Step by step. Okay? Step by step. Ano pa? It is a careful examination of something or someone. Okay? Yan ang ibig sabihin, tol, ng investigation. Okay? Baka mamaya, tol, sabihin nyo, hindi pa kayo nakapag-investiga. Okay? Hindi pa kayo nakapag-conduct ng investigation. Okay? So, baka nakapag-conduct na kayo kasi baka mamaya, okay, kayo ay nagdududa sa mga boyfriend or girlfriend nyo, tapos tinitingnan nyo, tol, yung mga cellphone nila, yung kanilang messenger, yung mga Twitter nila, yung mga Instagram. Tinitingnan mo yung mga messages. Okay? Ibig sabihin, tol, nagkakanda ka ng investigation. Okay? Because nagkakaroon ng mabusising pagsisiyasat ng bagay or ng tao. Okay? So ano yung investigative process? Okay, sinabi na dito sa tanong. So ano ba yung mga investigative process na ginagawa natin? Ang keyword ko diyan, tol, PISER. Okay, ang keyword ko diyan, tol, PISER. Sir, ano ba yung PISER? Okay, ano yung mga investigative process? Tol, tayo sa investigation, nagkakandak tayo ng tinatawag nating preservation of physical evidence. Okay? Kasama yan sa investigative process. Okay? Ano pa? Sa investigation, tol, nagkakandak tayo ng mga inquiry. Okay? Inquiry or inquiring information. Okay? Ano pa? Nagkakandak tayo, tol, ng tinatawag nating collection. Okay? Of physical evidence. Ano pa, tol? Sa criminal investigation, tol, nagkakandak tayo, tol, ng tinatawag nating evaluation of physical evidence. Okay, ini-evaluate natin yung mga witnesses. Okay, yung mga physical evidences. Ano pa, tol? Sa criminal investigation, tol, nagkakandak tayo ng tinatawag nating recognition. Okay, recognition ng mga physical evidence or what kind of physical evidence yung ating nakita sa crime scene. Okay? So, ang keyword natin dyan, tol, PISER. Okay, preservation, okay, identification or inquiry, okay, collection, evaluation, and recognition. Okay, yan din, tol, yung makikita nyong definition pag binisit nyo yung PNP Manual on Criminal Investigation. Ang nakalagay doon, mga tol, it is a systematic, okay, process of preservation, okay, ano pa, inquiry, ano pa, collection, evaluation of information for the purpose of bringing the offender to justice. Yun din yung makikita nyo, tol, na definition sa PNP Manual on Criminal Investigation or yung tinatawag natin DIDM on Criminal Investigation. Okay? So number 1, tol, the best answer is letter B. Bravo. Okay? Bravo. Okay? So lahat po ba ay tama? Okay, anong keyword natin dyan, mga tol? Ang keyword natin, tol, kapag criminal investigation, lagi ko sinasabi, is ILB. Okay, ILB. Yeah. Kung ano yung triple aim, yun din yung keyword nyo. Okay. Ano pa? Okay, next number. Okay, number 2. Criminal investigation is an art and governed by 3 things except. Okay? Ano dyan yung except, tol? Ano yung hindi kasama? Okay? Ang criminal investigation, tol, sabi ko kanina, it is an art. Okay? Art siya. Okay? Kapag tinanong sa board examination, okay, is criminal investigation an art or science? Ang sagot, they are both at art and science. Pero kung ang tanong, mga tol, sino ang mas lamang, sir? Art ba or science? Ang sagot, that criminal investigation is more an art than science. Okay? It is more an art. Okay? An art than science. Ang criminal investigation. Okay? So bakit sir, it is more an art than science? Because because of the fact that criminal investigation is not governed by rigid rules. Why? Because criminal investigation, mga tol, is not governed by rigid rules. Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng mga tol? Okay, ang pagkakandak tol ng criminal investigation, wala talaga yung specific na proseso. Okay? Nagkaroon lang tayo tol ng guide sa PNP. But it is not governed by rigid rules. Okay? Wala naman tol rules talaga. Okay? Or proseso or procedure kung paano tayo magkakandak ng investigation. Okay? Yan yung reason. Kaya it is more an art than science. Pero tol, ang sabi ni Dr. Hans Gross. Sino si Dr. Hans Gross, mga tol? He is the father of criminal investigation and the father of criminalistics. Si Dr. Hans Gustav Adolf Gross. Ang sabi niya that criminal investigation is governed by three things. It is governed by perspiration. Okay, it is governed by chance or luck, and it is governed by felicity of inspiration. So the answer in number 2 is letter C, rigid rules. Hindi yan kasama tol sa sinabi o dun sa book ni Dr. Hans Gross na ang title ay Criminal Investigation. Okay, hindi yan kasama dun sa book niya. Okay, ang sabi niya that criminal investigation can successfully be accomplished by perspiration. 95% of perspiration. Okay, ano ba sir pag sinabi nating perspiration? Ibig sabihin mga tol, pinaghirapan natin. Okay, pinagpawisan. Okay, nagpursige ka. Okay, perspiration. Okay, another one is that it is governed by felicity of inspiration. Ilang percent, sir? Okay, 3%. And it is governed also by chance or luck. How many percent? It is governed by 2%. Okay, non-chance or luck. Okay? So, yan yung sabi ni Dr. Hans Gross. Okay, si Dr. Hans Gross. Okay, yun yung sabi niya. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin, sir, nung perspiration? Ibig sabihin, tol, pinagpawisan nyo. Okay? Pinaghihirapan. Okay? So, kaya nga tayo, tol, meron tayong tinatawag na characteristics dapat ng criminal investigator. Okay? Ng good investigator. Sir, ano ba yung mga characteristic dapat ng isang good investigator? Okay? Dapat meron siyang tinatawag na yan. Okay, ito yung mga characteristics daw dapat ng isang criminal investigator or ng isang prober. Okay? Dapat meron siyang characteristics na ganun. Okay? Unang-una, dapat meron siyang P. Dapat meron siyang tinatawag na perseverance. Okay, anong ibig sabihin sir ng perseverance? Pag sinabi mong perseverance, mga tol, lumabas sa board examination namin, sinabi, it is the ability to go on despite of obstacles. Okay? Ibig sabihin tol sa Tagalog, okay, kahit na merong mga pagsubok, okay, na pagdadaanan tol ang isang criminal investigator, dapat siyang magpatuloy. Okay? Magpursigi, ipaglaban, okay, kung ano yung kinakailangan. Okay? Para ma-achieve natin yung threefold aim. Okay? Ano pa tol? Dapat tol, naiintindihan niya yung environment. Dapat siya ay merong understanding. Okay? Naiintindihan niya, okay, yung ating environment. The good investigator must understand the environment. Okay? Ano pa tol? Dapat siya ay mayroong keen power of observation. Keen power of observation. Okay? Ano pa sir? Dapat siya ay isang honest. Okay? Honest. Okay? And panghuli dol, dapat siya ay meron tinatawag syempre na talino. Okay? Na talino. Ito yung mga dapat characteristics ng isang good investigator. Okay? So, yan yung keyword natin. Kaya lang bahala magbasa tol. Pero yan yung keyword ko. Kaya nga kung mahilig ka sa ILP, dapat ikaw ay mahilig din dito. Okay? Sa ILP, dapat mahilig ka rin dyan. Okay? Kahit ano. Okay? Halimbawa, I love pusa. So, kung mahilig ka sa pusa, dapat mahilig ka dito. Okay? Dapat meron ka nan. Okay? Yan yung mga characteristics tol ng isang good investigator. Okay? So, number 2 is letter C. Bakit letter C? Kasi ang tinatanong mga tol ay except. Okay? The question is pertaining to except. Okay? Yung hindi daw kasali. Okay? So, number 2 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? So, number 3. Okay, number 3. It is a tool of criminal investigation in which the tangible things can be applied in the detection of crimes, identification of the perpetrator, okay, which enable to assist the investigator in his task in achieving the objectives of criminal investigation. Anong tawag natin dyan? Okay? Ang tinatanong dito tol ay tools of criminal investigation. Meron lang tayo tol, 3 tools of criminal investigation. Unang-una tol, meron tayong tinatawag na information. Okay? Tol, pag sinabi nating information, it is the data or knowledge gathered by the criminal investigator. Again, tol, pag sinabi nating okay, tools of criminal investigation, nandyan si information. Okay? Pag sinabi natin tol information, it is the data or knowledge gathered by criminal investigator. Okay? Mga information. At tatandaan nyo tol, among the 3 I's, okay? Dito sa tools of criminal investigator, ito yung kinukonsidered as the most important. Okay? Most important. Okay? Sa madaling sabi mga tol, kapag hindi nyo nakita yung most important, okay, yan din yung tinatawag nating tol na lifeblood. Okay? Lifeblood of criminal investigation. Okay? The information. Okay? Now, sir, ano pa yung tools natin? Okay? Pag sinabi nating tools, nandyan din tol si interview or interrogation. Okay? It is what? It is the manner of questioning. Okay? Ito yung manner of questioning. Okay? Manner of questioning. Okay? Dun sa ating mga subjects. Okay? Manner of questioning. The interview or interrogation. Okay? So, sir, between intuition and instrumentation, ano ang tamang sagot? The answer is letter C. Okay? The instrumentation. Now, mga tol, kapag hindi nyo nakita si instrumentation, ano nga hanapin yung word? Kapag hindi nyo nakita si instrumentation, ano nga hanapin yung word? Kapag hindi nyo nakita si instrumentation, mga tol, ano nga hanapin yung word? Okay, very good. Okay, the word na dapat yung hanapin is criminalistics. Okay, it is also called as criminalistics. Okay, kapag hindi nyo lang nakita. Okay, pero yung primary answer natin, tol, tatandaan nyo, is yung tinatawag nating instrumentation. Okay, yan yung primary answer dapat natin. Okay, maliwanag po. Okay, maliwanag po. So, parang hunti na nagpa-participate ngayon. Yes or no? Maliwanag po, mga tol. Yes. Okay, so ano pag sinabi nating intuition? Okay, ano pag sinabi nating intuition, mga tol? Okay, so pag sinabi nating intuition, it is the ability to understand. Okay, without conscious reasoning. Ability to understand without okay, it is the ability to understand, okay, without the need of conscious reasoning. Okay, ability to understand without the need, okay, or ability to understand something, okay, immediately without the need of, okay, conscious reasoning. Without the need of naka-direct daw sa kanya. Okay? Without the need of conscious reasoning, mga tol. Okay? Conscious reasoning. Sinasadya nan, ma'am. Okay, na nakadirect sa'yo. Okay? Na nakadirect sa'yo, sinasadya ng mga yan. Okay? So, yan ay mga Hokage moves. Okay? Hokage moves yan. Okay? So, yan yung intuition. So, number 3, mga tol, ang answer natin is letter C, Charlie. Di mo, tama nagtawa, ma'am? Kasi totoo, mga Hokage moves yan, nakadirect. Okay? So, nagets na po. Okay. Panigurado, hula ko yung iba naka-focus yung camera kay ma'am. Okay? Naka-focus yung camera kay ma'am. O, tingnan mo nagtatawanan. Mga Hokage yan. Okay? So, number 3 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Charlie. Okay? Number 4. Okay? This tool of criminal investigation is referring to the knowledge or data collected by the prober. Okay, which may be sensory, written, or physical forms which can be obtained from regular, cultivated, or grapevine sources. Ano yan, mga tol? The answer is letter. Okay, tatlo lang naman yung tools natin, tol, na tinatanong. Okay, tatlo lang naman yung tools. Okay, ano lang ba dyan yung tools? The information. Okay, the information. Ano bang sabi dito, tol? Ang sabi nila, tol, na ang information ay pwedeng maging sensory, written, or physical forms. Okay? Now, i-discuss natin ito, mga tol. Pag sinabi nating sources of information, tol, sources, tatlo lang ang tatandaan nyo. Magkaiba, tol, si sources at saka si forms. Baka kasi mamaya, tol, ang tinatanong sources. Tapos ang isasagot mo ay yung nasa forms. Magkaiba yan, tol. Pag sinabing sources, mga tol, tatlo lang yan. DRCG. Okay? Regular, cultivated, at grapevine. Okay? Regular, cultivated, at grapevine. Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, sources. Okay? Of information. Sir, kapag regular information, saan galing? Okay, saan siya galing? Sa mga open sources. Okay? Open sources. Now, sir, kapag hindi ko nakita yung open sources, halimbawa, okay, nilagay natin sa isang application type ng question. Okay? Ang inilagay, mga tol, okay, it is a type of information kung i-classify natin, nakikita natin sa mga modus operandi file. Saan natin ilalagay, mga tol? Sa modus operandi file. Yan ay ilalagay natin or ika-classify natin sa open sources. Okay, modus operandi file, tol, is open sources kasi available yan. Okay, modus operandi file, yung nasa police station. Okay, modus operandi file. It is a open sources, mga tol. Okay, ano pa? Okay, kapag pumunta ka, tol, sa police station at hindi mo kilala, okay, yung nag-commit ng krimen sa'yo, halimbawa, tol, na na-snatch yung iyong cellphone, yung iyong sing-sing, okay, kasi naglalakad ka, okay, tapos biglang merong humablot. Pag pumunta ka sa police station, mga tol, okay, meron silang tinatawag doon na rogues gallery. Okay, rogues gallery. Ipapakita sa'yo, tol, yung mga photograph ng mga suspect, okay, or ng mga criminals na nahuli nila. Okay? At ituturo mo kung sino doon or namumukhaan mo ba. Okay? Ituro mo kung kamukha ba nito. Okay? Ang tawag natin doon, tol, rogues gallery. Okay? And syempre, mga tol, okay, yung mga nasa public and private records. Okay, yung mga nasa public records. Okay, those are considered as mga regular sources ng information. Okay, they are open. Okay, easily, pinakamadali natin, tol, maa-acquire ang regular. Now, tol, okay, kapag sinabi nating cultivated, sir, kanino po galing ang information? Sa mga, anong keyword natin, tol, kapag cultivated? Galing sa mga informant at saka informer. Okay? Galing sa informant and informer. Informer. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, cultivated. Okay? Sir, pag sinabi natin grapevine, saan galing yung information? Okay? Galing sa mga underworld. Okay? Underworld. Okay? So, kayo tol ang sumagot, magtatanong ako. Okay? If ika-classify mo tol ang isang information na galing sa isang vendor, okay, anong classification niya sa sources ng information? Kapag galing sa vendor, okay, regular, cultivated, underworld. Okay, tandaan nyo mga tol hindi lang informant and informer ang ating keyword kapag cultivated. Kapag galing yan sa vendor, still mga tol, yan ay okay, cultivated. Okay? Ano pa tol? Yan, very good. Kapag galing sa mga GRO or prostitutes, okay? It's still cultivated. Baka kasi tanungin kayo, ano pa tol? Kapag galing sa mga taxi driver, sa mga driver, okay? Sa mga driver, still cultivated yan. Okay? Tatandaan nyo yan, tol. Okay? Huwag nyo lang tandaan yung informant and informer. Okay? Baka kasi mamaya ilagay, magkaroon ng application or outcomes based. Okay? So ano pa? Sir, paano naman kapag galing sa mga ex-convict? Okay? Anong classification ng information yan? Okay? Anong classification ng information? Sa, okay, underworld. Okay? Kapag mga ex-convict, okay, or mga prisoner, and prisoner mga tol, okay, underworld yan. Okay? Grapevine rather. Grapevine. Okay? Tol, yan ay, okay, sources yan ha. Sources RCG. Okay? Sir, paano naman kapag forms? Okay? Forms ng information. Forms of information. Okay? Pag sinabi natin forms of information, mga tol, tatlo yan, SWP. Unahin natin, tol, si sensory. Okay? Unahin natin, tol, si sensory. Sir, pag sinabi mong sensory, from the word itself, sense, saan galing? Sa mga senses mo. Okay? Senses mo. Okay, sir, ano ba yung mga senses natin na ginagamit? Okay? Unang-una, tol, gumagamit tayo ng sense of sight. Okay? Sense of sight. Pangalawa, tol, gumagamit tayo ng sense of hearing. Okay? Hearing. Okay? Ano pa? Gumagamit tayo ng tinatawag nating sense of taste. Okay? Sense of taste. Ano pa? Okay? Gumagamit tayo ng sense of smell. Okay? Sensory yan. Okay? At gumagamit tayo tol ng pinakahuli, sense of touch. Okay? Now, mga tol, paano kapag hindi mo nakita yung mga yan? Okay? Paano kapag hindi mo nakita? Ano ba yung mga other term nan, mga tol? Okay, ang keyword ko dyan, tol, bagok. Okay, bagok. Okay, letter B stands for sense of sight. Tinatawag nating visual. Okay, visual. Okay, kapag sense of hearing, tol, tinatawag din nating auditory. Auditory. Ano pa, tol? Kapag sense of taste, halimbawa, tol, tinikman mo, mapapasabi ka na lang, gusto mo nan. Okay? Gustatory. Gustatory. Okay? Kapag inamoy mo, okay? Inamoy mo yung crush mo dito, mga tol. Okay? Pagkaamoy mo, mabango, sabi mo, sana all factory. Okay? All factory. Okay? And syempre, tol, yung crush mo, mga tol, okay, anong ginawa mo? Ang cute mo, Okay, ang cutaneous mo, tinouch mo yung kanyang pisngi. Ang cutaneous mo. Okay, ang tawag natin diyan tol ay sense of touch. Okay? Now, mga tol, okay, kapag tinanong ka diyan tol, okay, kapag tinanong ka diyan, okay, what is considered as the objective? Okay? Pinaka-objective, most objective na senses. Okay? Ang sagot natin tol ay sense of seeing or sight. Okay? Pinaka most objective. Most objective. Ang sense of sight. Okay? Sensory ang tawag natin dyan mga tol. Okay? Naintindihan? Okay, yes, naintindihan. Now, sir, ano yung written? Okay, ano example, sir, ng mga written na forms of information, tol? Okay? Unang-una, yung mga affidavits, okay, na isinabit ng ating mga witnesses, mga affidavits. Okay, ano pa? Yung mga extrajudicial confession that is in writing is an example of written. Okay? Anong example, sir, ng written? Yung mga affidavits, mga tol. Okay, affidavits. And yung mga extrajudicial confession. The extrajudicial confession. Okay, mga written forms of information yan. Okay, extrajudicial confession. And last one, mga tol, kapag sinabi nating physical forms, yan yung mga tinutukoy nating mga physical evidences. Mga physical evidences. Kung i-classify natin according to form, ang tawag natin dyan ay physical. Okay, now tatanungin ko kayo mga tol. Okay, if you are investigator assigned, okay, in a case of robbery. Ngayon, nakakita ka ng isang screw, okay, doon sa gate or sa entrance of the crime scene. Okay? Kung i-classify natin tol, okay, yung screw na nakita natin, anong tawag natin doon according to forms? Okay? Ano yan mga tol? Okay? It is according to forms mga tol, be specific. According to forms of information. Okay? Kung i-classify natin yung screw, okay, it is physical forms. Okay? Kasi yun ay physical evidences. Okay? So, physical forms yan. Okay? So, number 4 mga tol, okay, ang tawag natin dyan ay information. Okay? Information. Okay? Maliwanag na tol si information. Okay? Naintindihan na? Yes. Okay, yes. Sabihin nyo sa akin tol kapag may hindi naiintindihan or may nakalimutan kayo. Okay? So, uulitin natin yan mga tol. Okay? So, number 5. Okay? It is the duty of the investigator that after determination, okay, that a crime was committed, the cardinal point shall also be determined. Which among the following answers the question, what is the motive of crime commission? What is the motive of crime commission? Okay? So, simulan natin mga tol. Okay? So, as an investigator mga tol, kapag tinanong kayo sa board examination, what is the primary job of criminal investigator? Tol, kapag tinanong kayo sa board examination, tol, ano yung primary job ng criminal investigation? Primary job. What is the primary job of criminal investigator? Primary job. Determine the motive, identify criminal. Okay, tandaan nyo mga tol, kapag tinanong kayo, what is the primary job of criminal investigator? Tandaan nyo tol to determine that the crime, to determine whether the crime has been committed or not. Again, mga tol, Okay? Kapag tinanong kayo sa board examination, what is the primary job of criminal investigator? To determine whether the crime has been committed or not. Whether the crime, okay? Whether the crime is committed or not. Aalamin muna, tol, ng isang criminal investigator kung may nangyari bang krimen or wala. Whether the crime is committed or not. Yan, tol, yung primary job ng criminal investigator, tol. Hindi locate. Okay? Hindi locate. Okay? Yan yung primary job niya. To determine whether the crime is committed or not. Now, tol, kapag nalaman niya na merong nangyaring krimen, mga tol, merong nangyaring krimen, okay, merong nangyaring krimen, tsaka lang niya aalamin yung cardinal points. Okay, mamaya ako i-discuss yung first responder. Okay, so para malaman nyo din, tol, kung ano ba yung primary job ng isang first responder. Okay, so kapag tinanong kayo sa board examination, mga tol, what is the primary job of criminal investigator? Tol, ang sagot, to determine whether the crime has been committed or not. Okay, ano yung reason, mga tol? Okay, paano ka mag-iimbestiga, tol, kung wala namang nangyaring krimen? Okay, yun yung basic reason eh. Paano mo malalaman yung cardinal points kung wala namang nangyaring krimen? Ano, para kang baliw nun, tol. Nag-iimbestiga ka, okay, wala naman palang nangyaring krimen. Kaya kapag tinanong sa board examination, mga tol, what is the primary job of criminal investigator? Okay, to determine whether the crime has been committed or not. Now, right after determining that the crime has been committed, kailangan niyang alamin ang cardinal points of criminal investigator. Investigation rather. Okay, the cardinal points of criminal investigation. Okay, sir, ano ba yung mga cardinal points of criminal investigation? Yan yung tinatawag natin, tol, na 5 W's and 1 H. Okay, the 5 wives and 1 husband. Okay, parang Muslim lang, di ba, tol? Okay, kapag lalaki ka. Okay, the 5 wives and 1 husband. Now, okay, ano ba yung tinatanong dito, tol? Motive. The motive of crime commission. Isa-isahin natin, tol. Pag tinanong, what is the crime committed? Anong sinasagot nito, tol? What answers? Okay, anong sinasagot nito? It answers the nature of the crime. Okay, the nature of crime. Okay, the nature of crime. What? Okay, ito po ba ay isang pagpatay? Ito po ba ay isang pagnanakaw? Okay? So, what? Okay, it answers the what. Okay, the nature of the crime. And how, mga tol? Okay, pag sinabi nating how, mga tol, it answers what? It answers the modus operandi of the perpetrator. The modus operandi of the perpetrator. Yes, pwede ring manner of crime commission. Okay, very good. Can pwede ring manner of crime commission. Okay, and pangalawa, tol, okay, it answers also where. Okay, pag sinabi nating where, it answers what? The place, the location, or the venue of the crime. Again, anong tatandaan nyo? The place, mga tol, it answers the place, the location, okay, the location, and venue of the crime. Okay, now, okay, may dagdag akong katanungan, mga tol. May dagdag akong katanungan. Okay? What is the purpose of determining, or what is the significance of determining where the crime is committed? What is the purpose? Ano yung significance, tol, kung bakit kailangan nating alamin kung saan nangyari ang krimen? What is the purpose? Okay, yung significance niya, tol. Yan, very good. To determine, okay, yung jurisdiction. Okay, yung jurisdiction. Okay, yan yung significance, mga tol. Okay, the jurisdiction, para alam natin kung saan natin ifa-file yung kaso. Baka mamaya, tol, nag-commit ka ng crime dito sa sa Quezon City, tapos magpa-file ka sa Pasay. Baka sampalin ka, tol, ng public prosecutor. Okay, pabalikin ka sa training. Okay? So, kaya tol, kailangan nating alamin kung saan nangyari ang krimen for the purpose of determining the jurisdiction. Now, mga tol, kapag when, anong sinasagot nito? It answers the date and time of crime commission. Dagdag na katanungan, mga tol. What is the significance of determining the date and time of crime commission? Bakit natin kailangan alamin? Tol, kung naging estudyante kita, alam na alam mo to. Okay? Bakit kailangan nating alamin? Kung nilagay. Okay? So, bakit natin kailangan? Para po sa infanticide. Okay? Ano mga tol? Okay? It is for the purpose of determining the prescription of crime. Okay? The prescription of crime. Ito yung significance, tol. Okay? Kung bakit natin kailangan alamin. Okay? Yung prescription ng crime kasi ay maaaring tumakbo na. Okay? The prescription of crime, mga tol. Okay? Yan yung significance kung bakit natin kailangan alamin. Okay? Ang tanong, mga tol. Okay? Kung nakinig kayo kay attorney. Okay? So, kailan ba tumatakbo? Okay, or kay Sir Rodriguez. Okay, kailan ba tumatakbo ang prescription of crime? Okay, upon the discovery of the crime. Di ba? Kaya yun ang significance, tol, ng date and time of crime commission. Kailan nagraran? It runs upon the discovery. It runs upon discovery of crime. Okay, kaya kailangan nating alamin yung date and time. Okay, baka mamaya tol, prescribe na yan. Okay, tapos magpa-file ka pa ng kaso, prescribe na yung krimen. Okay, sasampalin ka ng prosecutor. Sasabihin, sir, magpa-file ako ng complaint. Kailan nangyari? Tol, 1991 pa to. Okay, 2021 na ngayon. Okay, ang prescription lang nito is 15 years. Gusto mong sampalin kita. Okay, kaya kailangan nating alamin, tol, yung date and time of crime commission. Maliwanag, mga tol. Yes. Okay, so isa lang natitira, tol, the motive. So it answers why. Bakit? Okay? Bakit? Okay, bakit mo nagawa ang krimen? Okay? So yung may mga crush dyan kay ma'am. Okay, bakit nyo daw crush si ma'am? Okay? Ano yung motibo nyo? Okay? Bakit kayo nagda-direct message? Okay? Bakit kayo nagda-direct message kay ma'am? Okay, ayusin nyo daw ang chat nyo. Okay? So, nasa tatandaan nyo, mga tol. Okay? Hindi porket nagpakita ng motibo, ilalabas na ang embutido. Okay? So, hindi porket nagpakita ng motibo, ilalabas na agad ang embutido. Okay, maliwanag pa tayo dyan, tol, sa cardinal points of criminal investigation. Maliwanag, mga tol. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, yes. Yan, baka nagagalit na si ma'am. Yari kayo. Purahin ko lang, ha? Okay. Okay, number 6. The identification of criminals as the initial phase of criminal investigation, okay, can be done in any or combination of the suspect. Hindi kilala ni Sir Oliver kung sino daw, ma'am. Secret. Okay, baka maging kaagaw mo pa. Okay. Sana po. Okay. So ang tinatanong dito, tol, is the phase of criminal investigation. Okay, sir, ano ba yung mga phases of criminal investigation? Okay? Yun muna ang una kong tanong, tol. Okay, ano yung mga phases of criminal investigation? Okay. Pag sinabing phases of criminal investigation, mga tol, okay, tandaan nyo, ILP din yan. Okay? At ito yung keyword ko dyan, tol. Sa definition ng criminal investigation, tandaan nyo si ILP. Okay? Pangalawa, sa objective or threefold aim of criminal investigation, mga tol, tandaan mo rin si ILP. At kapag tinanong, tol, the phases of criminal investigation, mga tol, ILP rin ang dapat mong tandaan. The identity, location, and providing evidence for the guilt of perpetrator. Now, unahin natin tol si letter I. Okay? Sir, paano po ba natin ma-identify yung mga perpetrator or criminals? Okay? The identification of criminals. Meron niyang 4 mga tol. Okay? Isa-isahin natin tol. Okay? Unahin natin si letter A. Sir, pag sinabi nating confession or admission, na-identify po ba natin yung mga criminal? Na-identify po ba natin yung mga criminal? Halimbawa, tol, example. Okay? Tinanong ka, okay, sino ang pumatay kay Miss Ulat? Ang sagot, okay, sir, aaminin ko na po, ako po ang pumatay. Na-identify ba natin yung mga criminals? Ang sagot, yes, na-identify natin. Pangalawa, mga tol, okay? Pangalawa is yung tinatawag nating by means of circumstantial evidence. Okay? Ano ba yung circumstantial evidence, tol? These are evidence that that are collected. Okay? That are collected yung paisa-isa. Okay, paisa-isa mo silang nakolekta. Ang tawag natin ito circumstantial evidence. O halimbawa tol, nakakita tayo ng CCTV. Ang pinakahuling pumasok doon sa room or doon sa crime scene tol ay ako. Okay, nakita sa CCTV. Okay, kaya nga tinatawag din natin circumstantial evidence as indirect evidence. These are evidence that occurred collectively. Okay, paisa-isa mga tol. Okay? O halimbawa tol, na meron tayong CCTV. Nakita sa CCTV, ako yung pinakahuling lumabas doon sa building kung saan nangyari ang krimen. Okay? Ang tawag natin doon tol, circumstantial evidence. Na-identify po ba natin yung mga criminals? Ang sagot tol, yes. Okay? Pangatlo mga tol, okay, na-identify po ba natin yung mga criminals through associative evidence? Okay, na-identify po ba natin? Ang sagot tol, yes. Okay, na-identify din natin yan. Okay, associative evidence. These are evidence taken collectively. Okay, pag sinabi nating associative evidence, these are evidence that link. Okay, so hindi ko nakita yung link. Okay, these are evidence tol that dovetails. Okay, dovetails. Okay, ano pa? These are evidence that implicate the suspect to the crime. Sina-identify po natin? Yes pa rin po, sir. Okay, now ang tanong, between letter C and letter D, ano ang hindi kasali? Sabi ni Ms. Heras, letter C. Okay? Sabi ng iba, letter D. Okay? Tingnan natin mga tol. Kapag description of eyewitness, halimbawa tol, meron yan 2. Okay? Sa description of eyewitness tol, meron yan 2. Unang-una is the process of identification the suspect. Okay? Pag sinabi nating process, 2 yan. Okay? Yung tinatawag nating police line up. Okay? Police line up and physical show up. Physical show up. Okay, show up. O halimbawa, mga tol, police line up, pinapila ko kayo. Okay? Ang police line up kasi tol, mix ng 7 to 10 person. Okay? Mix ng 7 to 10 person. Ano example nan tol yung kay Mr. Bean at saka yung sa sa Facebook mga tol, yung pinakanta. Okay? So police line up ang tawag doon. Tapos nung narinig niya kung ano yung boses, itinuro niya, sir, yan yung kriminal oh. Okay, namumukaan ko na yan yung kriminal. Ang tawag natin diyan tol, police line up. Saan ginagawa tol ang police line up? Sa headquarters. Sa headquarters. Now, okay, sa physical show up mga tol, saan to ginagawa? It is sa crime scene. Okay, sa crime scene ginagawa ang physical show up. Okay, anong ginagawa mga tol? Halimbawa, meron tayong witness. Okay, tapos nahuli yung ating suspect. Okay? So tatanungin, ma'am, ito po ba yung nang snatch sa'yo? Okay? Sasabihin, sir, yan po yung nakita ko ng snatch sa akin. Na-identify ba natin yung kanyang na-identify ba natin yung kanyang identity? Nalaman ba natin yung kriminal? Yes or no? Ang sagot, yes. Now, sir, bakit ang sagot dito ay letter C? Okay? Bakit letter C ang sagot, mga tol? Okay? Bakit letter C? Okay? Kapag ba, sir, na-identify or na-present natin yung corpus delicti, alam na ba agad natin kung sino yung criminal? Sir, ano ba ang meaning ng corpus delicti, mga tol? Ano ba ang meaning ng corpus delicti? It is the proof of occurrence of certain events. Proof of occurrence of events. Okay? Ano pa, tol? Ito din, tol, yung kinu-considered natin as the substance of crime. Okay? Substance of crime. Sa madaling sabi, tol, ang corpus delicti ay ang siyang magpapatunay na ang krimen ay nangyari. Substance of crime. Okay? The substance of crime. Sa madaling sabi, tol, ang corpus delicti ang magpapatunay na ang krimen ay nangyari. Okay? Did we identify the identity of criminal? Okay? Did we identify the identity of criminal? Yun ang tanong ko sa inyo, mga tol. Okay? Did we identify the identity of criminal? Kapag nalaman natin na may nangyari ang krimen, na-identify ba agad natin? No. That's why si corpus delicti ang hindi kasama. Okay? Maliwanag na, mga tol. Okay? Maliwanag, yes or no? Yes. Okay? Yes. So, letter C ang sagot. Kasi ang hinahanap natin, tol, except. Okay? Except. Okay? Except. Okay? So, may nagtanong bakit daw CDI ang pinakamahirap na area sa board examination. Kasi, tol, outcomes based or yung not naka-outcomes based, ay yung bang sila ay naka-application na type ng question. Okay, naka-application. Yan, situational type ng question. Kaya, tol, pilit kong pinaiintindi sa inyo yung itong mga choices. Okay, gusto kong ipaintindi sa inyo. Ayoko kasi, tol, na basta ma-memorize nyo lang. But gusto kong maintindihan nyo. Okay, yung ibig sabihin ng mga choices na ito at kung paano nyo sasagutan yung question. Okay? So, ano yung ILP, sir? Identity, locate, and provide evidence for the guilt of perpetrator. Okay, yun yung ILP. Yan, very good. Identity, locate, and providing or gathering evidence for the guilt of perpetrator. Okay, kaya, tol, kailangan yung i-practice na kapag kayo ay nagsasagot ng question and answer, irarasyo nyo sa utak nyo. Kahit sa utak lang, o halimbawa, ay hindi to letter A kasi ang meaning nito ay ito. At ang ibig sabihin nito ay ganito. Okay, dapat ganun kayo, tol, magsagot ng question and answer. Irasyo nyo din. Okay, kahit kayo lang, kahit nagbabasa lang kayo. Okay? Okay, next. The extrajudicial confession and admission that were given through coercion, duress, and physical torture raise its inadmissibility in court due to the reason that blank. Okay? Unang-una daw, ang tinatanong dito, tol, yung extrajudicial confession na ginawa, okay, na nakuha sa pamamagitan ng coercion, duress, physical torture ay inadmissible sa korte. Bakit inadmissible ang extrajudicial confession? Why? Okay? Unahin na muna natin, tol, yung ating sa rules on evidence. Kailan ba, sir, nagiging admissible ang okay? Kailan ba nagiging admissible ang isang ebidensya? Unang-una, dapat, tol, admissible yan kapag yan ay relevant. Okay? Relevant. Pangalawa, tol, nagiging admissible ang ebidensya, okay, kapag yan ay not excluded by law. Not excluded by law. Excluded by law. Okay? Siyempre, kapag yan ay hindi excluded by law, competent yan. Kasi naaayon sa batas. Okay? Diyan nagiging admissible ang isang ebidensya. Now, okay? Sir, okay, bakit inadmissible ang mga extrajudicial confession na nakuha sa pamamagitan ng mga physical torture? Okay, bakit nagiging admissible? Dahil ang sabi tol sa Article 3 Bill of Rights, Article 3 Section 12 Bill of Rights, okay, ang mga ebidensya na nakuha sa pamamagitan ng coercion, force, intimidation ay inadmissible. Ibig sabihin mga tol, excluded ba yan by law? Okay? Excluded ba yan by law? Excluded ba by law? Yes, kasi sinabi na ng ating Philippine Constitution, okay, na yan ay inadmissible. That's why it is inadmissible yung mga extrajudicial confession. Now, okay, bakit tol inadmissible yung mga extrajudicial confession na nakuha gamit ang physical torture? Okay, ano ba sir yung mga requisites or mga requirements para maging admissible ang extrajudicial confession? Okay, unang-una tol, ano yung mga requisites or requirements? Okay, ano yung mga requirements mga tol? Requirements. Okay? Ano-ano yung mga requirements tol para maging admissible ang isang extrajudicial confession? Nakakasunod ba lahat? Nakakasunod ba lahat mga tol? Unahin ko muna, nakakasunod lahat. Yes. Okay. Ano yung mga requirements? Unang-una tol, it must be in the presence of counsel. Presence of counsel. Of counsel. Okay? Now, sir, ang tanong, anong klaseng counsel? Okay? Anong klaseng counsel, mga tol? Anong klaseng counsel? Okay? They must be independent and competent counsel. Independent and competent counsel. Okay? Independent and competent counsel. Okay? Pangalawa, mga tol, number 2, dapat it must be under oath. Under oath. And it must be in writing. Okay? Writing. Okay? Dapat tol under oath and it must be in writing. Okay? Yan yung hinihingi. Okay? Pangatlo, mga tol, okay, dapat yung extrajudicial confession must be signed. Okay? Must be signed or thumb mark. Thumb mark. Okay? Kapag hindi mo kaya tol na pumirma, okay, lagyan natin tol ng thumb mark. Now, panghuli tol, kung yan ay magiging admissible sa korte, dapat yan, it must be given voluntarily. Voluntary or freely. Freely. Okay? So, ano yung na-violate dito, tol? Ano yung wala dito sa question? Ano yung wala? Okay? Ano yung wala? Okay? It is given voluntarily or freely. Ito yung na-violate kapag gumamit ka ng physical torture or duress or ng coercion. Okay? So letter B, it was not given out of freedom or liberty. Okay? Yun yung wala dito sa number 7. Kaya ang sagot natin ay letter B. It was not given out of liberty. Out of freedom or liberty. So letter B is number 7 is letter B. Bravo. Okay? Maliwanag mga tol, yes or no? O kailangan ulitin. Maliwanag, yes or yes. Okay? Try ko lang ha. Okay, number 8. Now, sa number 8 mga tol, okay, after appraising him of his rights, okay, under Republic Act 7438, tol, ano yung 7438? Okay, ano yung 7438, tol? Okay, anong title nan? It is the rights, okay, rights of person, okay, rights of person arrested, okay, arrested, okay, detained, okay, detained or under custodial investigation or under custodial investigation. Custodial investigation. Investigation. Okay. Yan yung Republic Act 7438. Now, after appraising him of his rights under Republic Act 7438, mga tol, ano ba yung mga rights ng person arrested? Okay, yan yung tinatawag nating Miranda Doctrine. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have competent and independent counsel, preferably of your own choice. And if you cannot afford, the government will provide one for you. Yan yung mga, okay, Miranda rights. Nakalagay yan sa Republic Act 7438. Now, okay, anong ginawa ng pulis, tol? Inappraise lahat ng rights kay Alan. Okay, who was interrogated and invited for the crime of murder, and he executed an extrajudicial confession acknowledging his guilt to the crime charge. What is the effect of his confession to his case? Ano yung epekto, tol? Okay, nung pag-execute niya ng extrajudicial confession. Okay, isa-isahin natin. Okay, unahin natin, tol, si letter B. He will be convicted for the crime of murder. Okay, hindi po si letter B. Okay, hindi po si letter B. Sir, bakit? Umamin na siya. Umamin na siya, hindi pa rin po ba siya mako-convict sa crime of murder, mga tol? Okay? Halimbawa, okay, si Alan, tol, na kumpleto lahat yung requirements para maging admissible yung kanyang extrajudicial confession. Let's say, for example, tol, si Alan, na kumpleto natin lahat ng mga requirements para maging admissible as evidence yung extrajudicial confession. Now, ang tanong, kapag ba nakumpleto natin, tol, yung mga requirements, automatically ba na yun ay sufficient for conviction? No. Okay? Bakit? Kasi it must be corroborated with corpus delicti. Again, mga tol, yung 4 na requirements dapat para maging sufficient for conviction, dapat yan ay corroborated by corpus delicti. Corroborated by corpus delicti. Okay? By corpus delicti. Para maging sufficient for conviction. Okay? Ay yung nasa situation natin, tol. Okay? Kumpleto lang yung requirements. Lahat, tol, na appraise. Lahat nagawa. Okay? Automatically ba yan, tol, ay ano? Yan ay sufficient for conviction? Hindi. Kasi may kinakailangan pa. Ano yung kailangan, sir, para maging sufficient? It must be corroborated by corpus delicti. That's why si letter B ay hindi na agad kasali. Okay? Maliwanag, mga tol. Yes or no? Yes or no, tol? Maliwanag kung bakit hindi si letter B. Yes. Ulitin ko, mga tol, bakit hindi si letter B, tol? Kasi, tol, hindi pa corroborated yung corpus delicti. That's why, tol, it is not sufficient for conviction. Okay? So, letter C, he waived his rights to prove his innocence. Okay? Hindi naman niya winave eh. Kasi inapraise na nga yung kanyang rights. Okay? May karapatan kang manahimik. Eh, hindi siya nanahimik. Okay? Sumulat siya ng extrajudicial confession. Okay? So, hindi na rin si letter C. At lalong hindi si letter D. What would be the answer, tol? Kapag nakumpleto or na-appraise lahat ng rights, tol, lahat ng kanyang sasabihin ay pwedeng gamitin na ebidensya sa kanya. Letter A. Okay? Letter A. Uulitin ko, tol, makinig dito sa chat. Okay? Unang-una, tol, ano yung mga requirements na kailangan? Okay? Unang-una, dapat ito ay merong presence of counsel. Pangalawa, mga tol, dapat it must be under oath and in writing. Pangatlo, it must be signed or thumb marked. Pang-apat, mga tol, it must be voluntary or freely given. Now, ang tanong, mga tol, sufficient ba yan for conviction? Ang sagot ay no. To be sufficient for conviction, ano ang kailangan natin? Okay, ano yung kinakailangan natin? Kailangan corroborated with corpus delicti. Okay, tingnan nyo, tol, sa ating chat box. Okay, yes, tama, Mr. Libin or Mr. or Miss Libin. Okay, dapat, it must be preferably dun sa naiintindihan niya language. Okay, so yan yung para maging sufficient. That's why ang sagot natin sa number 8 ay letter A. Okay, pwedeng gamitin sa kanya as evidence. Naintindihan, mga tol? Nakakasunod sa akin? Nakakasunod, mga tol? Yes. Okay, so pakikopya. Okay. Number 9. Okay, na. Ito yung tinanong noong June 2019, mga tol. Kung nag-take ka noong June 2019, sinabi to sa akin ni top 1. Okay, yung top 1. Okay. Si JM, mga tol, was being invited by the NBI operatives to answer question pertinent, okay, to the murder case investigated. After the questioning at the NBI headquarters, however, he was held for further questioning and consider him as a suspect already. Person who can visit him are as follows. Okay? Person who can visit him are as follows. Okay? So, mga tol, saan mo to makikita? Sa Republic Act 7438. 7438. Okay? Saan mo makikita? Sa Republic Act 7438. Ang sabi ng Republic Act 7438, mga tol, pwede siyang bisitahin unang-una ng mga members of his immediate family. Kasama po ba? Yes. Pangalawa, mga tol, pwede rin siyang bisitahin ng mga doctor, priest, or religious minister. At pwede siyang bisitahin, tol, ng mga representative or personnel of the Commission on Human Rights. Yan yung sinabi sa Republic Act 7438. Now, mga tol, sir, bakit hindi kasama si letter A? Okay? The answer in number 9 is letter A. Okay? Why? Bakit hindi kasama si letter A? Sir, si lovers po ba? Hindi ko po ba yan immediate family? Under Republic Act 7438, sir, sino ba yung mga kinukonsidered natin as immediate family? Unang-una, tol, nandyan si parents. Nandyan si parents. Okay? Ano pa? Nandyan din, tol, nandyan din si grandparents. Okay? Ano pa? Nandyan din, tol, si siblings or yung kapatid mo, mga tol. Siblings. Okay? Ano pa, sir? nandyan din tol si nandyan din tol si child or children. Child or children. Ano pa tol? Pwede ba sir yung aking tito or tita? Nandyan din tol si auntie. Okay, auntie or uncle. Okay, auntie or uncle. Okay, ano pa sir? Pwede po ba yung aking pamangkin? Ang sagot, yes, pwede rin yung iyong pamangkin, your nephew. Okay, nephew. Ay sir, paano po kapag ako ay walang parents? Pwede po ba yung guardian? Ang sagot, yes, pwede rin yung guardian mga tol. Guardian. Okay? Pwede rin yan. Okay? So ano pa? Ang sabi din tol ng Republic Act 7438, sir, okay, hindi pa po kami kasal. Kami po ay kakasal pa lang. Pwede po ba yung fiancé? Okay, ang sagot, yes, yan ang sabi tol ng Republic Act 7438. Fiancé. Pwede po? Yes. Ano pa sir? Sir, wala po akong guardian pero ako ay merong ward. Okay, pwede po ba yan? Yes, mga tol. Okay, yan yung kinukonsidered natin as immediate member of family. Yan lang yung nakalagay tol sa 7438. Sir, bakit hindi si letter A? Ang nakalagay dito tol, lovers. Wala namang sinabing fiancé. Okay? Ano pa? Friends tol, nakita mo ba na binanggit ko yung immediate family as friends? No. And syempre tol, hindi naman countrymen. Tol, pag sinabi natin countrymen, kababayan. Okay, baka mamaya tol, ako inimbitahan sa police station or sa NBI. Okay, office. Aba, pwede kayo lahat pumunta. Okay, 100 milyong Pilipino, pwedeng lahat bumisita. Okay, kapag sinama natin yung countrymen. So that's why si letter A ang except. Okay, ang tinatanong tol ay yung hindi kasama. Paliwanag, yes or no mga tol. Tinanong to noong June 2019 mga tol. Okay, it was being asked on June 2019. Yes. Okay, so number 9 is letter A. Pakisulat tol yung mga immediate members of family Pakilagay po. Okay? Number 10. Okay? Republic Act 7438 defines immediate members of the family are as follows except. Okay, sorry, hindi ko pala nasama yung spouse. Okay, spouse legally married. Okay? Tingin mga tol, sino yung hindi kasama? Okay? Ano yung sino yung hindi kasama? Syempre si letter D. Okay, intimate friends and best friends. Okay, relatives, hindi rin kasama. Okay, naging specific si Republic Act 7438. Okay, tinanong yan tol yung June 2019, pakitandaan. Si number 9 and number 10, parehong tinanong yan noong June 2019. Okay, kailangan nyo silang tandaan. Okay, number 10 is letter D, Delta. Okay? Number 11 mga tol. Yan, number 11. Okay, ito yung mga example na question tol sa board examination. Okay, ganito. Okay, ganito kahaba. Okay, Mr. Mark Mercado went to the police station and confessed to PO3 Manlafas that he killed June Perez. Okay, and that the murder weapon he used in their house in Laguna. Okay, and ibig sabihin mga tol, yung murder weapon ay nasa bahay daw nila sa Laguna. Mr. Mercado even offered to escort the police going to their house to seize the deadly weapon in his house, to which the police officer acceded. During such extrajudicial confession, no counsel was present. Will the confession be admissible in court? Anong sagot po natin? Okay, tingnan natin tol yung situation. Nagbigay ng extrajudicial confession na walang cancel. Magiging admissible ba ang ating ebidensya? Ang sagot natin, unang-una, hindi. So si letter A and si letter C ay hindi na agad kasama. Okay. Now, between B and D, ano ang sagot natin? The answer is letter B. Bravo. Okay? The answer is letter B. Bravo. No, because it was given in the absence of a cancel. Okay? Now mga tol, Sir, pwede po ba ako magbigay ng extrajudicial confession kahit walang cancel? Ang tanong ko, tol, follow-up question. Pwede po ba ako magbigay ng extrajudicial confession na magiging admissible kahit walang cancel? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, very good. Okay, pwede. Basta ikaw ay magsasign ng waiver. Pwede, basta magsasign ka ng tinatawag nating waiver. Very good mga tol. Basta magsasign ka ng waiver, yes, pwede yang maging admissible sa korte kahit walang present o presensya ng isang abogado or ng cancel. So number 11 is letter B. Bravo. Okay? Number 12. Okay, number 11-A. In the above scenario, what principle of law you apply as regard to the extrajudicial confession? What principle, mga? Okay? The principle is, okay, the exclusionary rule of evidence. Okay? So kapag tinatanong tol, doctrine, ang isasagot nyo letter C. Okay? Kapag doctrine ang tinatanong tol. Okay? So, ibig sabihin mga tol, in the above scenario tol, ano yung principle na tinatanong? Okay, in regards to extrajudicial confession, exclusionary rule of evidence, alpha. Okay? So, number 11-A is alpha. Okay? Number 11-B. Okay? Is the deadly weapon admissible in evidence? Okay? Yung nakuha natin tol na deadly weapon, okay, doon sa bahay sa Laguna, admissible ba yan tol sa as evidence? Admissible ba siya as evidence? Admissible ba as evidence? Ang sagot, hindi. Okay? So, i-question natin si letter A and letter C. Okay? Now, between letter B and letter D, okay, what is the best answer, mga tol? What is the best answer? The best answer is letter B. Kasi tol, mas specific. Okay? Mas specific. Yan yung best answer. Sir, tama po ba si letter B? Yes, tol, tama. No. Because yung ebidensya is illegally obtained kasi wala ngang presence ng cancel nung ibinigay yung extrajudicial confession. That's why it is illegally obtained. Why? Now, bakit naman siya? Bakit letter D? Okay, kasi mas specific, tol. Mas best answer. Ito yung pinaka-best answer. Because it is the fruit of the poisonous tree dahil yan ay illegally obtained na ebidensya. Galing sa illegal obtained na confession, kaya yan ay illegally obtained na ebidensya. Okay? So number 11-B is letter C. Okay? So sir, pwede pa explain yung extrajudicial confession? Okay, pwede. Okay, explain ko lang yung extrajudicial confession, mga tol. Ayan. Explain ko lang yung extrajudicial confession. Okay? So, makinig mga tol. Ang confession, mga tol, okay, may dalawa tayong klase ng confession. Okay, may dalawa tayong klase ng confession. Okay? May dalawa tayong klase. Unang-una tol, yung tinatawag nating judicial confession. The judicial confession. Okay, sir, ano pag sinabi nating judicial confession? What do you mean by judicial confession? Okay, judicial confession, tol, nangyari ang confession sa, okay, inside court. Inside court. Or in often court. Often, or pwede rin tol during judicial proceeding. Okay, pwede rin tol na during judicial proceedings. Judicial proceedings. Okay, now ang tanong ko mga tol. Okay, kapag ako ay nag-execute ng judicial confession, admissible ba as evidence? Nag-execute ako ng judicial confession rather, admissible ba as evidence? Yes or no? Admissible. Yes. Follow-up question. Is it sufficient for conviction? Is it sufficient for conviction? Yes pa rin. Yes pa rin mga tol. Kapag judicial confession tol, okay, nangyari sa korte, okay, admissible yan. And it is sufficient for conviction? Yes, sufficient din siya for conviction. Okay, kasi judicial confession nangyari sa korte. Okay? Now, yung pangalawang judicial confession tol, yung tinatawag nating extra judicial confession. Okay? So, sir, okay, ang extrajudicial confession saan nangyari? Outside the court. Outside the court. Okay? Or pwede rin tol, nangyari yan during custodial investigation. Custodial investigation. Okay, custodial investigation. Yan yung tinatawag natin tol, extrajudicial confession. Nangyari sa labas ng korte. Kaya nga extra, sa labas, outside the court or during the custodial investigation. Nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating confession. Okay, now balikan natin yung kanina tol. Ang extrajudicial confession ba, general rule, admissible as evidence? Yes or no? Admissible pa siya as evidence? Yes or no? Ang sagot natin ay no. General no. General rule, no. Kasi may 4 na requirements. Now, let's say for example, tol, na kumpleto natin yung 4 na requirements. Okay? Sufficient ba for conviction? Sufficient ba for conviction? Hindi pa rin kasi kailangan ng ano pong klaseng ebidensya? Anong klaseng ebidensya ang kailangan? It must be corroborated with corpus delicti or body of the crime. Okay, so maliwanag na sir, yung judicial and extrajudicial confession. Maliwanag na sir. Yes. Okay. So, huwag nyo kakalimutan yan, tol. Okay? So, number 11-B is letter D. Okay? Number 12, mga tol. As a rule, it would not be sufficient for the police officer just to recite the Section 12, Article 3 of the Philippine Constitution. He is also bound to blank. Okay, ano daw yung duty ng isang police officer? Okay, upon reciting the Section 12, Article 3. Okay, ano pa yung duty niya? Okay, what is his duty? Okay, aside from reciting the Section 12, Article 3. Okay, unahin natin, communicate what the person under interrogation may or may not do. Okay, tell the person of which he is detained. Letter C, explain the effect of some rights in practical terms. Letter D, none of this. Anong sagot natin, tol? Okay, the answer is letter C. Okay, ang answer natin dito, tol, ay letter C. I-explain mo the effects of some rights in practical terms. Okay, trabaho din yan, tol, ng isang police officer. Okay, baka kasi mamaya tol, sasabihin mo nga, i-recite mo, ma'am, ikaw po ay may karapatang manahimik. Okay, ikaw po ay may karapatan na magkaroon ng sarili mong abogado. Okay? At kung wala ka pong kakayahan magkaroon ng abogado, ang gobyerno po ang magbibigay sa inyo. Now, ano pa ang trabaho mo, tol? Ipaliwanag mo in some practical terms yung mga sinabi mong rights niya. Ibig sabihin, mga tol, kung sinabi mong, ma'am, ikaw po ay may karapatang manahimik. Okay? Kung ayaw mo po, ma'am, sagutin yung aming mga tanong, okay lang po dahil karapatan mo yan. Now, kung kayo po ay sasagot sa aming mga katanungan at na-appraise namin yung mga rights mo, okay, pwede po naming gamiting ebidensya sa iyo ang lahat ng sinabi mo. That is your duty, mga tol. Kaya the best answer is number 12 is letter C. Explain the effect of some rights in practical terms. Baka kasi mamaya tol, hindi niya naiintindihan kahit ni-recite mo yung kanyang karapatan. Okay, maliwanag ba tol? Number 12 is letter C, Charlie. Maliwanag? Yes. Okay? So, number 12 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? So, next. Okay. And in crimes committed against chattel of another person, which of the following best describes the corpus delicti? Okay? In crimes against, okay, chattel of another person, which of the following describes the corpus delicti? Okay, isa-isahin natin, tol. Ano nga, tol, pag sinabi nating corpus delicti? Ito yung magpapatunay na ang krimen ay nangyari. Now, kung ang krimen ay against chattel, sir, hindi ko alam yung chattel, yun ang problema. Okay? Tol, kailangan natin magbasa pag minsan ng dictionary, mga tol. Okay? Kailangan natin minsan magbasa. Sir, ano yung chattel? Okay? Pag sinabi natin chattel, very good, tol, it is pertaining saan? Sa property ng isang individual. Now, kung ito ay crimes against property, mga tol, ano yung corpus delicti na? Ano yung magpapatunay na merong nangyaring krimen against the chattel of another person? Okay, the answer is letter B. Recovered stolen property. Okay, the answer is letter B. Okay, now mga tol. Okay, paano kung inilagay ko dito sa question, mga tol? Okay, crimes against person is specifically murder. What will be our corpus delicti? Okay, what would be our corpus delicti? Letter D, mga tol. Okay, letter D, the cadaver. Okay, so ibig sabihin, tol, murder eh. Ibig sabihin may pagpatay. Ano yung magpapatunay, tol, na merong pagpatay? Ibig sabihin merong patay na tao. Sa madaling sabi, merong cadaver. Okay, merong cadaver. Now, ang tanong ko, mga tol, paano naman, tol, kung yaan ay arson? Ang krimen ay arson. What would be our corpus delicti? Kung yan ay crime of arson, what would be our corpus delicti? Ano yung magpapatunay, tol, na may nangyaring arson? Okay. Dagdagan natin, tol, yung burnt property. Okay, dagdagan natin yung burnt property. Ilagay nyo, tol, maliciously burnt property. Maliciously burnt property. Dagdagan nyo, tol, maliciously burnt property. Kasi ang arson, tol, it is an act of malicious burning of one's own property. Dahil yan ay arson, tol, dagdagan natin, tol, malicious burnt property. Okay? Para maging specific lang, mga tol. Okay? Para maging specific lang. Kailangan merong malicious na burnt na property in crimes against arson. Okay? Maliwanag, mga tol, si corpus delicti. Maliwanag, mga tol. Yes. Okay, so sa number 13, tol, dahil chattel, okay, property ang tinatanong, tol, the personal property, the answer is letter B, prop. Okay. sobra. Okay? Number 14, mga tol. Criminal investigation is the responsibility of the first pillar of criminal justice. Which of the following is not the function of criminal investigation? Okay? Not the function of criminal investigation. Isa-isahin natin, mga tol. Okay? Sir, ito pang identify, locate, and arrest a function ng criminal investigation. Yes, kaya nga ito, yan yung threefold aim eh. Okay? It is the threefold aim of criminal investigation. The threefold aim or objective. Sir, ang criminal investigation po ba? Okay, dapat magkaroon tayo ng identify, collect, and preserve evidence. Yes, kasama yan sa investigative process na binanggit ko. Okay? Sir, ito po bang bring the offender to justice? Kasama po ba yan? Yes. Okay. So, ano yung hindi kasama? Letter C, Charlie. Okay. Sir, bakit hindi Charlie? Kaninong trabaho to, mga tol? Kaninong trabaho to? It was the duty of the prosecution. Duty to tol ng second pillar ng CJS. It is the duty of prosecution. Why? Sir, bakit hindi kasama yan sa function ng criminal investigation? Kapag umabot tayo sa prosecution, mga tol, umabot tayo sa court, si police investigator, tol, ay isa na lamang witness. Okay? Lahat ng ebidensya na nakita, tol, ni criminal investigator, tol, lahat yun ay evidence na lamang at si criminal investigator ay magiging witness na lamang. Okay, so it is the duty or the function of prosecution. Okay, so number 14 is letter C, Charlie. Okay, trabaho yan tol ni prosecution. Hindi na yan trabaho ng first pillar. Okay. Number 15 tol. Yan. Si PSSG persuade that the subject if he would like to take the blame, the misdemeanor, and the possible consequences likely average. Ibig sabihin, mga tol, okay, maaari daw yung penalty ay mabawasan. Okay? Ibig sabihin, tol, mag-decrease yung penalty. Decrease. Okay? What modern technique of interrogation, okay, does PSSG Piccolo applied? Anong klaseng technique yan, mga tol? Rationalization, okay, projection, minimization, or none of this? Okay, ano answer natin yan? Okay, the answer is minimization, mga tol. Okay, minimization. Okay, so ang minimization, tol, ibig sabihin, tol, okay, pine-persuade mo, okay, yung subject, tol, na aminin yung isang kaso. Babawasan lamang yung kanyang penalty. Halimbawa, tol, okay, so okay, Antolin, okay, umamin ka na, okay, ako na lang bahala, okay, yung section 11 mo, gagawin ko na lang section 12, okay, para mas mababa ang penalty mo. Okay, anong tawag natin doon, tol? Minimize natin yung possible consequences ng kanyang action. Okay? Minimization ang tawag natin doon. Okay? So, number 15 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? So, number 16. Okay? What interrogation techniques when the investigator indicates that he does not consider his subject's indiscretion of a grave offense? Okay? Anong klaseng interrogation technique yan, mga tol? Okay? A, sympathetic appeal. Letter C, Matt and Jeff. Letter D, emotional appeal. Anong klaseng technique yan, mga tol? Okay? Ang tawag dyan sa technique na yan, tol, ay extenuation. Okay? Extenuation ang tawag yan. Okay? Hindi mo siya kino-consider, okay, na guilty, okay, doon sa grave offense. Okay? Na inaakusa sa kanya. Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, extenuation. So, ano-ano ba yung mga techniques of interrogation? What are the modern techniques of interrogation? Isa-isahin natin, tol. Unang-una, tol, yung tinatawag nating emotional appeal. Okay? Anong keyword dyan, tol? The investigator should provide, okay, emotional stimuli. Okay? Anong ginagawa, sir, sa emotional appeal? Okay? Pine-place natin yung subject in proper frame of mind. Again, placing the subject in proper frame of mind. Placing subject, okay, in proper frame of mind. Proper frame of mind. Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, emotional appeal. Okay, ano pa, tol? Nandyan din, tol, yung tinatawag nating sympathetic appeal. From the word itself, tol, sympathetic appeal, okay, ibig sabihin, tol, nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating sympathy. Okay, simpatya sa kanya. Okay, pre, naiintindihan ko kung bakit mo nagawa yan. Okay, pero gusto ko lang, tol, aminin mo sa akin, okay, na ikaw ang gumawa ng krimen. Pero naiintindihan ko, baka bugso lang yan ang damdamin mo. Okay, ang tawag natin dun, tol, sympathetic appeal. Okay? So, iba yung friendship, mga tol. Okay? Kapag kindness, mga tol, okay, baka kasi malito kayo. Sympathy or friendship, yes, nandyan yan. Okay? Pero kapag nakita nyo, tol, friendship, huwag nyo agad isagot, tol, yung sympathetic. Kasi nandyan din, tol, yung tinatawag nating kindness. Pag sinabi nating kindness, tol, it is considered as the simplest technique. Okay? Simplest technique. Okay, anong ginagawa, tol? Yung ating interrogator is in a kind and friendly manner. Okay? In a kind of friendly manner. Okay? Para ba magkaibigan lang kayo? Sabihin mo, pre, okay, akong bahala sa'yo. Okay? Kaibigan mo ako, tutulungan kita. Okay? Akong bahala sa pamilya mo. Okay? Bibigyan ko ng trabaho yung anak mo. Okay? Or yung misis mo, tol. Basta aminin mo lang kung ano yung nagawa mo. Okay? Sabihin mo yung totoong nangyari. Kindness, kaibigan mo ako, tol. Tulungan as a friend. As a friend lang, mga tol, ha? Huwag kayong magbabagyo as a friend. Okay? Baka ma-artista tayo dyan, mga tol. Okay? As a friend na naman. Okay? So, yan yung tatlong modern techniques, okay, of interrogation. Meron pa, tol. Okay? Yung tinatawag nating shifting the blame. Okay? Malamig pa man din ngayon dito sa Baguio. O sabi. So, akyat na. Okay, review as a friend. So, mahirap yan, mga tol. Okay, shifting the blame. Okay? The interrogator makes clear his belief that the subject is obviously not the sort of person who usually get mixed up in a crime like this. So, anong ginagawa sa shifting the blame? Okay, ang ginagawa dyan, tol, tol, naniniwala ako na hindi ka naman napapasubo sa mga ganang klaseng krimen o sa mga ganang gawain. Okay, baka may nagtulak lang sa'yo, tol. Shifting the blame ang tawag doon. Okay, now, sir, ano yung bluff on split fair? Okay, the subjects are separated and one is informed, the other has talked. Now, sir, kanino to applicable? Saang mga subject to applicable? It is applicable in more than one suspect. More than one suspect. Tatandaan nyo, tol, ang bluff on split fair, tol, is applicable on more than one suspect. Okay? Ibig sabihin, tol, sa dalawa or pataas. Anong ginagawa dyan, tol? Okay, halimbawa si Mr. Randy, pre. Okay. Untang Baguio, tol. Sabi, hug as a friend. Okay? So, nahuli ng misis. Okay? Yung kanyang friend at saka siya. Anong ginawa, tol? Pinuntahan ng misis. Okay? So, pinaghiwalay. Okay, dito ka muna. Kakausapin ko muna tong kaibigan mo. Okay, sasabihin. Okay? Tapos biglang babalik kay Mr. Randy. Umamin na yung kaibigan mo, umamin ka na din. Okay? Ang tawag doon, bluff on split pair. Okay? Bluff on split pair. Okay? So, next is yung tinatawag nating pretense of physical evidence. Okay? The investigator may pretend that certain physical evidence has been found by laboratory expert against him. Okay? Ano nangyayari dyan, tol? O halimbawa, tol, okay, nakadetain yung isang suspect. O, nakita namin dito, tol, yung buhok mo. Okay, yung pubic hair mo dito sa crime scene. Okay, sabi ng Sabi ng mga laboratory experts, sa'yo daw yan, match na match. Okay, ang tawag natin doon, tol, pretense of physical evidence. Okay, pinaparating na merong ebidensya na nagko-connecta sa kanya doon sa crime, sa krimen. Okay, pretense of physical evidence. Next, tol, yung tinatawag nating Matt and Jeff. Okay, si Matt and Jeff, tol, tinatawag din nating sweet and sour. Okay? So anong ibig sabihin ni Matt and Jeff? Okay? Tol, dalawang agents are being employed. Anong nangyayari, tol? Unang-una, tol, merong unang papasok diyan, si Matt. Okay? Anong gagawin ni Matt, tol? Si Matt ay isang relentless. Okay, yung magwawala ba, tol? Umamin ka na. Nag-ano kayo sa Baguio as a friend. Okay? Relentless. Okay, sinipa, tol. Okay? Yung lamesa. Okay? Anong gagawin, tol? Pagkasipa. Pagbalik ko at hindi ka pa umaamin, okay? Pagbalik ko, dapat magsasabi ka na sa akin ng totoo. Okay? Biglang papasok si Jeff. Okay? Anong gagawin ni Jeff? Si Jeff, tol, yung kind-hearted. Okay? Kind-hearted. Okay? Yung sweet ba, mga tol? Sweet ba? Okay? Anong sasabihin ni Jeff, mga tol? Pre, okay? Hayaan mo na yung si Matt. Ganun lang talaga yun. Okay? Akong bahala sa'yo. Umamin ka, tol. Okay? Para hindi ka na masaktan ni Matt. Okay? Opposite sila. Yan, tama. Opposite sila. Okay? Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, Matt and Jeff. Okay? So, yan yung extenuation and jolting. Okay? Ang jolting, mga tol, anong ginagawa, tol, sa jolting? Ang keyword ko dyan, tol, okay, sinisigawan. Okay, sinisigawan. Ikaw ba ang gumawa ng krimen? Yes or no? Okay. Can a police officer arrest a person without warrant? Yes or no? Kilala niyo yun. Okay. Parang ganon, tol. Jolting. Sinisigawan. Okay. Sinisigawan. Kanino to applicable, mga tol? Kanino applicable? Okay. Itong jolting, tol, ay ginagamit sa mga calm and nervous subject. Ginagamit ito sa calm and nervous subject. Calm and nervous subject. Okay, sumisigaw, mga tol. Si Cardo pag nag-jolting, tumatalsik laway. Okay? So, ganun, tol. Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, jolting. Okay? So, yan yung mga modern techniques. Okay, mga tol. Okay, in interrogation. Okay? So, next. Okay? Yan. Number 17, tol. History naman to, tol. Okay? He is a hireling, a brothel operator, buckle maker, and a master of criminal who became the London's most effective criminal investigator for pioneering the logic of employing a thief to catch a thief. Sino yan, mga tol? Sabi ng iba, si letter A. Sabi ng iba, si letter D. Okay? Okay. Tingnan natin, mga tol. Okay. Siya daw ay isang hireling who employs a thief to catch a thief. Isa-isahin natin, tol. Si Henry Fielding, mga tol. Okay. Siya ay isang jurist. Okay. Jurist sa Middlesex, London. Ibig sabihin, judge. Okay. Anong ginawa niya, tol? Nagbuo siya ng isang grupo, okay, which he attached into a Bow Street court. Yung mga tip catcher, mga tol, which he attached to a Bow Street courts. Ibig sabihin, mga tol, ito yung mga nanguhuli ng mga magnanakaw, tapos direkta or diretso niyang dadalhin doon sa korte at sesentensyahan ni Henry Fielding. Now, sir, sino si John Fielding? Si John Fielding is the blind younger brother of Henry Fielding. Blind younger brother of Henry Fielding. Blind younger brother of Henry Fielding. Okay? Now, okay, yung Bow Street Court, tol, ni Henry Fielding ay nirename niya. Okay? Yan dyan na, tol, nagsimula yung tinatawag nating Bow Street Runners. Okay? Bow Street Runners. Okay? Nirename niya tol yung Bow Street Court into Bow Street Runners. Okay? Si John Fielding yung nagpatuloy. Kaya nga tol, yung Bow Street Runner was considered as the first private group to follow up investigation tol. First private group to follow up investigation. First private group, okay, to follow up, okay, investigation. Investigation tol. Si John Fielding yan. Okay, investigation. Okay. Now sir, sino si Sir Robert Peel? Okay, Sir Robert Peel tol, tatandaan niyo to lagi daw itong tinatanong sa Leia pero wala nung board exam namin tol. The father of modern policing system. Okay, he was considered as the father of modern policing system. Panigurado nabanggit na yan sa Leia niyo tol. Okay, now ang sagot natin sa number 17 tol ay si Jonathan Wild. Okay? So si Jonathan Wild tol yung nagpauso ng employing a thief to catch a thief. Okay? Siya yung kino-consider natin tol the famous thief catcher. Okay? Yan yung tawag sa kanya tol. He was considered as the famous thief catcher. Thief catcher. Okay? So anong ang sabi tol ni Jonathan Wild, meron tayong dalawang klase ng thief catcher. Okay, unang-una tol yung tinatawag nating hireling. Yung two types tol ng thief catcher. Okay? Unang-una diyan tol yung tinatawag nating hirelings. Okay, hirelings. Okay? Ano tol pag sinabi nating hirelings? Okay, tingnan tol sa chat natin tol, sa chat natin. Okay? Pag sinabi natin tol hirelings, okay? They are mercenary in nature. Mercenary in nature. Ibig sabihin mga tol, yung hirelings, ito yung mga binabayaran. Okay? Ito yung mga binabayaran. Okay, ng mga thief catcher. Hirelings ang tawag natin diyan. Okay? Pangalawa tol, yung tinatawag nating social climber. Okay? Ano yung social climber mga tol? Ito yung mga klase ng thief catcher who would implicate their accomplices to climb into social status. Okay? Ito yung mga tao tol na kung saan tol ipapahamak o ituturo yung kanilang mga accomplices para makaklimb sa social status or sa social ladder. Okay? Or ladder. Okay? Ang tawag natin diyan tol ay okay, social climber. Okay? The social climber. Yan yung two types tol ng okay, thief catcher. Okay, kapag tinanong tol, binabayaran, mercenary in nature, ang sagot natin dyan tol ay hirelings. Okay, now kung ang tinatanong who would implicate their accomplices in order to climb up into social status or ladder, ang tawag natin dyan tol, social climber. Yan yung dalawang klase ng okay, thief catcher nung panahon ni Jonathan Wild. Okay, so number 17 mga tol, the answer is letter D, Delta. Okay? Nakuha mga tol? Nakopya lahat? Okay, nakuha mga tol? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So, yan yun. Yan yung history tol ng investigation. Okay. So, next, number 18. Okay, number 18. Okay, yan. Okay. Si Police Inspector Florida is examining a crime scene which a dead victim sustained a gunshot wound in the head with a hand near his hand. Okay, he was informed that the victim had painful terminal illness. Police Inspector Florida concluded that the wound is self-inflicted. This is an example which the investigator used. What kind of reasoning? Ano daw klaseng reasoning yung ginamit ni Police Inspector Florida? A, deductive. Letter B, logical. C, reasonable. D, inductive. Anong klaseng tol reasoning? Deductive or inductive? Okay, makinig mga tol. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang klaseng reasoning. Okay? Reasoning sa investigation. Yung tinatawag natin tol na deductive and inductive. Okay? Unahin natin tol si deductive. Okay? Pag sinabi natin deductive tol, ibig sabihin the general or the hypothesis, nagkaroon muna tayo ng general conclusion. Okay? Bago tayo maghahanap ng ebidensya. Kaya nga ang sabi nila tol, para mas padaliin natin, tama yan? Okay, from general to specific. From general to specific. Deductive. Okay, nagkaroon ng conclusion, tsaka natin tol maghahanap tayo ng mga ebidensya. Okay? Ang inductive mga tol, okay, kabaliktaran. Okay? Yung ating general hypothesis came from a specific observation. Sa madaling sabi tol, okay, tayo ay maghahanap muna ng mga ebidensya bago tayo magkaroon ng general conclusion. Okay? Ang tawag natin doon tol ay inductive. Okay? Inductive. Okay, now ang tanong, sa situation na to tol, ano yung ginamit ni Police Inspector Florida? Okay, tingnan natin tol. Nakita tol, okay, na merong handgun, okay, merong gunshot wound sa head, okay, yung ating biktima. Ang sabi ni Police Inspector Florida, okay, self-inflicted yan, suicide yan. Anong ginamit niya tol? Anong ginamit niya? Deductive, inductive. Okay, ang ginamit niya ay deductive. Bakit tol? Nagkaroon muna ng general conclusion bago humanap ng mga specific observation. Okay? Yan ang deductive reasoning. Okay? Ang specific observation mga tol, kung ganito ang ginawa ni Police Inspector Florida. Okay, may nagsabi, ay nagkaroon po yan ng painful terminal illness. Ang sabi niya, okay. Okay, so team, maghanap tayo ng mga ebidensya na kung saan tol. Okay? Baka mamaya siya ay nagpapaalam na sa kanyang mga kaibigan. Baka meron siyang testamento, okay? Or yung kanyang letter. Okay? Para mapatunayan natin na suicide yan. Okay? Ibig sabihin tol, naghanap muna ng mga specific observation bago nag-conclude. Ang tawag doon inductive. So, in this situation mga tol, okay, ang sagot dito ay letter A, deductive. Okay? Kasi nag-conclude muna. Okay? Nag-conclude muna. Now, ang tanong ko mga tol, okay, sa criminal investigation, anong ginagamit nating reasoning? Deductive or inductive? Sa criminal investigation, mga tol, anong ginagamit natin? Deductive or inductive? Okay, very good. Sa criminal investigation, mga tol, we are applying the deductive reasoning. Okay, deductive reasoning ang ginagamit natin sa criminal investigation. Deductive. Okay, so anong patunay nan sir? Di ba tol, nang aaresto muna tayo? Okay? Tapos naghahanap tayo ng mga tao o ng mga ebidensya na magpapatunay na siya ay may kinalaman sa krimen. Okay? So, ang tawag natin doon tol, deductive. Okay? Kaya ang pinapalo natin tol sa criminal investigation is deductive reasoning. Maliwanag mga tol, yes or no? Maliwanag or kailangan kong ulitin? Yes. Okay? Yes, purahin ko na. So, number 18 mga tol ay letter A, alpha. Okay, letter A, alpha. Okay, number 19. Okay, it refers to a process of identifying a known fugitive commonly done in headquarters who is mixed with innocent person line before the witness. Anong tawag natin dyan tol? Police line up, physical show up, police identity. Okay, tingnan natin tol. Ang sabi daw tol, it refers to identifying unknown fugitive. Saan ginawa tol? Headquarters. At ano po? Mixed with innocent person. Ilang tao? 7 to 10 persons. Anong tawag natin dyan? Police lineup, physical show up. The answer is police lineup, letter A, alpha. Okay? Kasi headquarters, mga tol, ang physical show up, tol, ginagawa saan? Sa crime scene. Okay? Crime scene lamang. At ilan ang pinapakita, tol? Only one suspect. Okay? Isang tao lang ang pinapakita sa physical show up. So, number 19, tol, is letter, okay, A, alpha. Okay? Alpha. Letter A, alpha. Okay? Next. Okay? Yan. Police lineup involves the process of mixing the suspected person to a group of innocent person and letting the witness to identify the perpetrator. The purpose of this method is to blank. Ano yung purpose, tol, kung bakit natin minimix yung ating suspect dun sa mga innocent person? What is the purpose? Okay, letter A, minimize the identification of innocent person. Letter B, maximize the element of surprise. Letter C, eliminate the power of suggestion. Letter D, adding confusion to the victim. What is the answer? Letter C, Charlie. Okay, letter C, Charlie. To eliminate the power of suggestion. Yan yung purpose, tol, kung bakit tayo nagkakandak ng police lineup or kung bakit natin minimix. Okay, at anong mga tol? Saan nag-originate ang police lineup? Okay? Saan nila nakuha yung idea ng police lineup? Okay? Nakuha nila, tol, yung idea ng police lineup sa Massachusetts, USA. Okay? Sa Massachusetts. Okay? Sa Massachusetts, USA. Okay? Diyan nila, tol, nakuha yung idea ng police lineup. Sa Massachusetts, USA. Okay? So, dyan, tol, nagsimula yung idea ng police lineup. Okay, sa Massachusetts, USA. So, number 20, tol, is letter C, Charlie. Okay, letter C, Charlie. Okay? So, next, number 21. Yan. Upon arrival of the first responder in the crime scene, the victim was already dead and we was able to recover the firearm and shells or bullet and the suspect is running. What would be the immediate action to be done by the first responder? Okay? What is the immediate action or response of the first responder? Ano yung dapat niyang gawin? Okay? Ano yung dapat gawin, tol, ni first responder? Okay? So, tingnan natin, mga tol. As a first responder, na ikaw ay nagkakandak ng initial assessment, may tatlo kang dapat gawin. Okay? Yung tinatawag nating SAC. Okay? SAC rule. Okay? Unang-una, tol, your first priority is to save lives. Yan ang pinakauna niyan dapat gawin. To save lives. To save lives. Okay? Now, pangalawa, kung patay na ang suspect, it is either to apprehend or arrest the suspect. Okay? Arrest or apprehend. Or pwede mo rin, dol, i-cordon yung crime scene. Cordon the crime scene. Now, sa situation na to, tol, yung victim ay patay na. Now, ano ang kasunod mo dapat gawin, mga tol? Nakita mo yung suspect ay tumatakbo. What should be your immediate action? Patay na, so hindi na pwede si letter S. So, ang sagot dito is letter C, Charlie. Apprehend immediately the suspect. Okay? That is the answer. Apprehend immediately the suspect. Why? Kasi patay na, sir, yung ating victim. Okay? Patay na yung tao. Okay? Apprehend immediately the suspect. So, number 21, mga tol, ay letter C, Charlie. Okay? Letter C, Charlie. Okay? Next. Okay? So, number 22. Assume that you are an investigator who investigates a murder case perpetrated by unknown suspect. Okay? A person in the name of Ruel, a call center agent, saw the crime and he is willing to identify the suspect. Which of the following methods will you not utilize to establish the identity of the suspect? Okay? Ano yung hindi mo dapat gawin? Okay? Kasi ang tinatanong, tol, okay, will you not utilize? Okay, isa-isahin natin, tol. Verbal description, pwede ba? Yes. Okay. Ang rogues gallery ba, sir? Pwede. Yes. Okay. Ang general photograph. Yes. Ang police lineup ba, sir? Yes. Okay. Yes. So, ang answer natin is letter D, delta. Bakit, tol? Si Ruel ay isang witness. At tatandaan nyo, tol, ang witness ang ginagawa, dapat natin dyan ay anong klaseng questioning? Interview. Okay? Interview. Pag sinabi nating interview, mga tol, kanino ginagawa? Sa mga witness or victim. Sa mga witness or victim. Okay? So, anong klaseng questioning yan, tol? Simple questioning or conversation type of questioning. Conversation type of questioning. Okay, si Ruel po ba ay isang suspect? Hindi. Anong nakalagay dito, tol? Systematic interrogation. Okay, si Ruel ay isang witness daw. Dapat, tol, interview ang ating gagawin. So, the answer in number 22 is letter D, delta. Okay, delta. Okay, ano yung sketch assistance ba? Ano is sketch assistance? Okay, baka cartographic sketch o artist or cartographic sketch. Okay, tingnan natin, tol. Okay, ang artist or cartographic sketch, tatandaan nyo, tol, nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating facial drawing. Idino-drawing natin, tol, okay, yung muka. Facial drawing, mga tol, tatandaan nyo, facial drawing. Okay? Sir, anong pinagkaiba nito sa general photographs, tol? Ang general photographs, tol, hindi mo i-drawing. Okay? But, pipili ka or ikaw ay magpipili ng mga facial features ng suspect. Okay? Facial features. Yan ang keyword, tol. Okay? Facial features. Kapag artist or cartographic sketch, mga tol, facial drawing, idino-drawing natin. Kaya nga artist or cartographic sketch. Okay, sa general photographs, mga tol, keyword nyo dyan, facial features. Anong ginagawa dyan, sir? Okay, yung bang namimili ka ng iba't ibang klaseng ilong, mata. Okay, o halimbawa, tol, okay, sa letter A, yan, nakalagay nyo sa computer, ganito ang kanyang mata. Yan. Okay, sa letter B, mga tol, para bang sinaro to. Okay, sinaro to. Yan. Yan, nakaganyan. Yan. Okay. So, sa letter C, para namang si Sasuke, mga tol. Okay. So, may sibuyas sa mata. Okay, may sibuyas sa mata. Okay. So, yan, ganyan. Okay, pipili ka. Anong klaseng mata ang nakita mo sa kanya? Ay, sir, yung letter B po. Okay, tapos bubuuin natin yan. Ang tawag natin yun, tol, general photographs. Okay, pipili ka ng mga facial features. Okay? So, ganun, tol, yung general photographs. Kapag cartographic or artist sketch, tol, facial drawing. Ito, drawing naman natin. Okay? So, number 23. Okay? In crime investigation, interrogation connotes intense questioning on the suspected felon. Thus, the said technique of acquiring information are possible admission and confession be also made on witnesses. Okay? So, sa crime scene investigation, tol, sa criminal investigation, mga tol, ang interrogation ay ginagamit natin sa mga suspected felon. Now, pwede ba natin siyang gamitin sa mga witnesses? What would be your answer? Pwede ba natin gamitin sa mga witnesses? Okay? So, tatandaan nyo, tol, ang tanong dito, generic. Okay? Generic. Tatandaan nyo, tol, ginagamit natin ang interrogation kanino lamang? Sa mga suspect. The answer is letter C. Okay, letter B, bravo. Okay, bravo. Okay, bravo. No. Okay? Unless tol, okay, kapag naging specific yung question, pwede ba nating gamitin ang interrogation sa anong klaseng witness? Sa mga hostile witness. Hostile witness. Tsaka lang natin tol, pwedeng gamitin ang interrogation. Pero general rule mga tol, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin sa mga witness. Ang nakalagay dyan tol, witness lamang. Oh. Witness lamang. Okay? Witness. Pero kung nakalagay dyan tol, hostile witness, ang isagot natin yes. Okay? Kasi specific na yung tinatanong. Now, okay? Now, dahil witness lang ang nakalagay, ang sagot natin dyan. Okay? Maliwanag na mga tol. Maliwanag. Yes or no? Or kayo ba ay merong hindi kayo sang-ayon sa akin? Okay? Kasi sa question mga tol, ang nakalagay lang witness. Okay? Pwede ba nating gamitin ang interrogation sa mga witness? General rule, hindi. No. Okay? Unless ang nakalagay dito sa question ay hostile witness. Sir, ano pag sinabi nating hostile witness? Okay? Ito yung mga witness na kung saan uncooperative doon sa mga police officer. O halimbawa tol si Mr. Zaina. Miss Zaina. Okay, Mr. or Miss Zaina ba? Okay, Miss Zaina. Okay. So halimbawa, sir, ako po nakita ko po yung yung crime. Okay? Nakita ko po. Now, ay sige po ma'am. Okay? So, diyan lang po kayo. Kukuhain ko po mamaya yung statement niyo. Anong ginawa tol? Okay? Bigla siyang naging uncooperative. Ito yung mga uncooperative witness. Okay, sabihin niya, "Ay sir, okay, hindi ko na po pala alam yung mga nangyari. Okay, wala na po akong alam. Okay, hindi ko po pala nakita." So they become uncooperative. So we can classify them as hostile witness. At kapag hostile witness, pwede na magamitin ang interrogation? The answer is yes. Okay? Kasi hostile na sila. They are uncooperative. Okay? Yan yung sinasabi natin tol na hostile witness. Uncooperative. Okay? So, but general rule tol, hindi ha. Kasi ang nakalagay dyan tol, witnesses lamang. But kung nakalagay dyan tol, hostile witness, naging specific tol yung tanong. So, specific din dapat yung sagot natin. Okay? So, number 24. Yan. Tinanong to tol nung board exam namin, November, December 2019. Okay? Tinanong to, ito mismo tol yung tanong. Ito mismo yung tanong. Kung mayroon dito tol nag-take noong December 2019, okay, maaalala nyo to. Okay? The interview of a witness can be described by the acronym of ironic, which stands for blank. Okay? Ano ba yung ironic dyan mga pre? Okay? Isa-isahin natin mga tol. Ang ironic tol, it stands for okay, identity. Identity. Okay. Pangalawa, letter R, it stands for rapport. Okay. Rapport. Okay. Nanghula lang ako dyan, sir. Nagutom na kasi ako. Okay. Letter O, okay, it stands for opening statement. Okay. Opening statement. Statement. Okay. Letter N stands for narration. Okay. Narration. Okay. Letter I tol stands for inquiry. Okay. And letter C stands for conclusion. Ito mismo tol yung tanong sa board exam namin tol. Okay? Yung pagkakasunod-sunod lang tol nung ironic. Okay? Ano yung tamang sagot diyan tol? Letter D, delta. Identity, rapport, opening statement, narration, inquiry, and conclusion. Okay? Ganyan din yung tanong sa iyo nung June 20, nung 2019. Okay? Tinanong to kasi to noong November, December 2019. Okay? So ano ba sir ang ginagawa tol sa interview? Ang tawag dito tol, format ng interview. Okay? Format ng interview. Ang tawag natin diyan. Okay, sir, paano natin ginagawa sir ang interview? Unang-una mga tol, okay, pag sinabi nating identity, ganito ginagawa. Okay, good morning po ma'am, sir, ako po si Police Corporal J.M. Pontiveros and I am the member of the PNP. Anong ginagawa tol? Sinasabi yung name, rank, and agency. Name, rank, and agency. Anong ginagawa sir sa report? You are establishing friendly environment. Okay? Friendly environment. Or tama din yan, harmonious relationship. Okay? Sa opening statement, anong ginagawa? Okay? Ma'am, okay, ikaw po ay in-invite namin. It is because kayo po ay merong personal knowledge doon sa nangyaring krimen. Okay? Explain why the subject is being contracted. Bakit natin siya in-invite? Okay? Explain natin. Okay? Letter N. Okay? Narration. Anong ginagawa? The subject, okay, should tell all he or she knows with little interruption. Okay? Sasabihin na lahat with little interruption. Okay? Sa inquiry mga tol, pagkatapos niyang masabi lahat, anong ginagawa tol? Nagkakaroon ng inquiry. Anong ginagawa sa inquiry tol? Nagtatanong ng mga clarification. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng clarification. And pagkatapos ng clarification, ma'am, sir, salamat po sa inyong cooperation. Pwede na po kayong umalis. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng thanking the subject. Salamat po. Okay? Yan yung pagkakasunod-sunod tol ng format ng interview. Ironic. Ironic. Okay? Now, ang tanong mga tol. Okay? What is the ideal type of written statement? Ano yung ideal type ng written statement mga tol? Okay? Ang ideal type ng written statement ay yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Question and answer. Okay? Question and answer. Ideal type of written statement. Okay? Written statement. Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, question and answer. Okay? Q&A. Okay? So, yan yung purpose, tol. Yan yung format ng interview. Ironic. Huwag nyo kakalimutan, tol, nauuna ay ang identity bago ang inquiry. Okay? Una ang identity bago ang inquiry. Yan lang naman nakakalito dyan eh. Okay? Yung dalawang I. Okay? Kaya tatandaan nyo to, nauuna ang identity bago ang inquiry. Ironic. Format of interview. Tinanong niya sa amin tol noong November, December 2019. Okay? Maaaring itanong din sa inyo. Okay? Number 25. Okay? Si PO1 Pontiveros is the first officer to arrive at the scene of a shooting incident. He saw the victim lying on the pavement, sustaining multiple gunshot wounds, but still moving. Ibig sabihin, tol, buhay pa. Okay? What is the proper course of action he should take? Ano dapat gawin, tol, ng PO1 Pontiveros? Okay? Letter A, ask the desk officer to proceed to the crime scene. Okay, letter B, call the investigator and inquire about his decision. Letter C, evacuate and bring him to the nearest hospital. Letter D, cordon the area. Anong ruling natin, tol? Kapag first responder ka, ano ang dapat mong gawin? Mag-conduct ka ng initial assessment. Initial assessment includes what? SAC rule. Yung S means save lives. Pag sinabing save lives mga tol, ibig sabihin tol, dadalhin natin yung victim doon sa pinakamalapit na ospital. Letter C mga tol. Letter C. Evacuate the victim and bring him to the nearest hospital. Okay? So wag niyo kakalimutan yan, tol. Yan yung save lives. Okay, kahit hindi niyo makita yung save lives, tol, basta, tol, okay, makita no na dadalhin natin or okay, may chance pang mabuhay yung biktima, dadalhin natin sa nearest hospital. Okay? So letter C. Okay, yes, pwede rin magbigay ng first aid. Okay? Pwede rin magbigay ng first aid. Okay, so number 25 ay letter C, Charlie. Okay? Yan yung kanyang fundamental obligation, tol. Okay? Yan yung kanyang primary job. Okay? Kapag dumating sa crime scene. Okay? Yan yung primary job ng first responder. Hindi ng criminal investigator. First responder to save lives. Okay? So, number 25 ay letter okay, C, Charlie. Okay? Number 26. Okay? Which of the following evidence obtained from the crime scene which may be subjected to scientific analysis? Okay? Ano daw yung mga klase ng ebidensya, tol, na pwede nating isubject for scientific analysis? Okay? Ano yung mga klaseng ebidensya? Number 1, weapons, mark, tools used to gain access to locked premises. Letter B, blood stains, impression, dust, and dirt traces. Letter number 3, okay, any object evidence recovered at the crime scene. Anong sagot natin dyan? Okay, sabi nyo, letter C. The answer, tol, is letter B. 1 and 2 only. Okay, tol, hindi lahat ng ebidensya na na-recover natin sa crime scene ay kailangan maging subject for scientific analysis. Yung mga kinakailangan lamang po. Okay? Yung mga kinakailangan lamang po. So, 1 and 2 lamang. Okay, 1 and 2 lamang. Specifically, tol, especially yung mga blood stain, kailangan talaga yan, tol, ma-subject for scientific analysis. Okay, para malaman natin kanino bang blood stain to. Ito ba ay sa victim or ito ba ay sa suspect? Okay? So, hindi lahat, tol, ng mga physical evidence na nakuha natin sa crime scene ay kailangan nating i-subject for scientific analysis. Okay? So, number 26 ay letter B, bravo. Okay? Bravo. Okay? Kailangan yung tandaan yan. Okay, mamaya. Okay, pag-uusapan natin yung kung paano yung tamang pagkuha ng blood stain. Okay, kasama yan dito sa question, mga tol. Okay, so number 26, mga tol, bravo. Okay? Shout out daw sa iyo, Sir Biray. Okay, so yari ka. Okay. Okay, so pwede ba tayo magkaroon lang ng 5 to 10 minutes na break? Okay. So, si Sir Biray kasi, 5 to 10 minutes na break lang bago ko to i-discuss, mga tol. Okay? Okay, so 5 to 10 minutes lang. Sir Biray, shout out sa'yo. Okay. Yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga persons involved in crime scene investigation. Okay, ang unang tanong ko, sir, kailan po tol, kailan sir nagko-commence ang ating crime scene investigation? Ang crime scene investigation tol, nagko-commence yan. Okay? Kapag at the arrival of first responder at the crime scene. Okay, unang-una tol, nagko-commence ang ating crime scene investigation at the arrival of the first responder at the crime scene. Nagko-commence na yan, nagsisimula. Or pwedeng nag-commence yan upon the reporting of the crimes kay desk officer. Okay? Nagko-commence yan, okay, upon at the arrival of the first responder, or pwedeng, okay, upon reporting of the crime to the first responder. Okay? So, ano-ano ba yung pagkakasunod na yan? Ganito yan, tol. Yan. Tingnan maigi, tol, yung ating PowerPoint presentation. Okay, ganun yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng tol. Kay desk officer or kay first responder, pwedeng mag-commence ang ating crime scene investigation. Okay? But let's just say for example, tol, let's assume na kay desk officer magsisimula ang crime scene investigation. Okay? Biglang may tumawag mga tol. Halimbawa tol si Mr. RG. Okay? Sabi Mr. RG, sir, may nangyari pong krimen dito. Okay, sa Leyte. Okay, dito po sa sa Lucena sa SM. Okay, o kaya sa Pacific Mall. Okay, anong gagawin tol ni desk officer? Okay, ano yung gagawin niya? Unang-una, sir, dapat niyang i-records yung mga 5Ws and 1H. Sir, ano po ang pangalan nyo? Saan po nangyari yung krimen na sinasabi nyo? Okay? Pangalawa, mga tol, kailangan din niyang i-notify yung kanyang superior. Okay? After na ma-record yung ating 5Ws and 1H, kailangan nating i-notify yung superior. Okay? Pangatlo, tol, kailangan nating gumawa ng synopsis report according to 5Ws and 1H. Okay? Gagawa tayo ng synopsis report after kay 5Ws and 1H. And pinakahuli mga tol, kailangan niyang i-relay yung tawag, okay, or yung information sa mga patrol officer. Okay, anong gagawin ko mga tol? Okay, tatawag tol, i-clear natin yung broadcast, tatawag tayo sa mga patrol officer at sasabihin natin kung saan at anong krimen, okay, yung inireport sa inyo. Yan ang trabaho ni desk officer. O, halimbawa tol, nirelay na natin mga tol. Okay, papasok diyan tol si first responder. Who is first responder? Okay, the very first person to arrive and respond at the crime scene. Okay, the very first person to arrive and respond at the crime scene. First responder ang tawag natin yan. Now sir, what is the fundamental obligation? Ano obligation sir ni first responder? Dapat sir mag-conduct siya ng tinatawag nating initial assessment. Okay? Sir, ano pag sinabi nating initial assessment? When you say initial assessment, dyan na tol, kailangan siya mag-conduct ng tinatawag nating SAC rule. Okay? This SAC rule. Okay? Kapag S, which means save life or to give first aid. Okay? Kapag not serious yung condition, mga tol, okay? Kapag not serious yung condition, pwede niyang dalhin sa nearest hospital. Now, kapag seryoso ang condition, tol, kumuha ka ng dying declaration. Tatandaan nyo, tol, ang dying declaration, there is no definite format. Walang format yan. Okay? Ang dying declaration, kapag serious, tsaka mo gagawin. But kapag not serious, tol, according tol sa DIDM, okay, yung manual sa criminal investigation, okay, nabasa ko doon. Kapag not serious, tol, dalhin mo sa nearest nearest hospital. Pero kapag serious, kuhaan mo ng dying declaration. Okay? Now, let's just say, for example, patay na yung biktima. Anong kasunod natin gagawin? We must arrest the perpetrator. Arrestuhin natin. Okay? Now, kapag wala yung perpetrator, yes, pwede rin nating i-cordon and protect yung crime scene. O halimbawa, tol, wala na yung suspect, patay na yung victim. Anong gagawin natin? I-cordon natin. Okay? Sir, pagkatapos nating i-cordon yung ating crime scene, anong gagawin natin? Hihintayin natin yung pagdating ni IOC or investigator on case. Who is investigator on case? Tol, okay, investigator on case or the criminal investigator is a public safety officer who is tasked to conduct all criminal cases. Okay, who is tasked to conduct investigation on all criminal cases. Sir, ano yung gagawin sir ni investigator on case? Unang-una, upon arrival at the crime scene, magre-request siya ng briefing kay first responder. Okay? Magre-request siya ng briefing kay first responder. Okay? And magkakandak siya ng tinatawag nating assessment. Sir, anong klaseng assessment yung ikakandak niya? Magkakandak siya ng tinatawag nating general assessment. Sir, what do you mean by general assessment? Ang general assessment, tol, ay ginagawa ni IOC to determine kung kailangan pa ba ng SOCO or hindi. Makinig ng mabuti mga tol. What is the purpose of general assessment? To determine kung kailangan pa ba ng SOCO or hindi. Okay? That is the purpose of the assessment na kinakandak ni IOC. Now mga tol, okay? Let's just say for example, kailangan natin ng SOCO. Okay? Sino ang magre-request for SOCO team unit? Sino ang magre-request? That is in the function naman ni Chief of Police, the COP. Siya ang magre-request ng SOCO team unit, hindi si investigator on case. Okay? Now, halimbawa, dumating na si SOCO. Diyan na magsisimula yung tinatawag nating crime scene processing. It is a unit within the PNP which are responsible in processing crime scene which are sensational in nature. Okay? Yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod mga tol. Okay? Ng ating crime scene. Okay? Yung mga person involved in crime scene investigation. Kapag dumating na si SOCO tol, magsisimula na tol yung tinatawag nating crime scene processing. Diyan na magsisimula yung crime scene processing. Yan yung tinatawag nating I3C MPFR, the initial survey. Okay? The initial survey. Pangalawa, unang C, crime scene documentation. Crime scene documentation. Okay, documentation. Pangalawa, crime scene search. Okay, crime scene search. Pangatlo, collection of physical evidence. Collection of physical evidence. Okay, I3C MP, letter M, marking of physical evidence. Marking of physical evidence. I3C MP, okay, letter P, preservation of physical evidence. Preservation, okay, of physical evidence. Letter F, final survey. Final survey. And last one tol, the last phase of crime scene processing is yung tinatawag nating release of crime scene. Okay? Release of crime scene. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin tol, crime scene processing. Okay, kapag dumating na si SOCO, which means to say tol, ipaprocess na natin yung crime scene. Anong pagkakasunod-sunod ng tol? Initial survey, crime scene documentation, crime scene search, collection of physical evidence, marking of physical evidence, the preservation of physical evidence, final survey, and the release of the crime scene. Yun yung pagkakasunod-sunod nun, tol. Panimula kay desk officer hanggang release of the crime scene. Dapat memorize nyo yan. Okay? Dapat memorize nyo yan. So dahil tol, na-discuss na natin, okay, let's proceed sa next number. Okay? Crime scene protection and crime is the sole obligation of the officer who arrives at the crime scene. Is it correct? Ang crime scene protection ba and preservation ang sole obligation ng ating first responder? Yes or no, true or false? Yes or no, true or false? The answer is no. Okay, ano yung binanggit ko tol kanina? Ang kanilang sole obligation is what? Is to save lives. Tandaan nyo mga tol. Okay, ano yung nauna dun sa SAC? Save lives. Letter S. Okay, it is their primary and sole obligation. That is their primary job, to save lives. Okay, wag na wag kakalimutan tol, kaya diniscuss ko kanina. So the answer is no, because their sole obligation is to save lives of the victims or the injured person. Okay, so number 27 ay letter B, no. Okay, bravo. Okay, next, number 28. Okay, the duties of officer upon receipt of the crime incident shall have the following duties. Ano daw yung mga duty tol ng ating desk officer na nakatanggap ng tawag? Except. Ang tinatanong tol ay except. Okay, ano yung hindi niyang kasama? A, B, C, or D? Okay, isa-isahin natin tol. Unang-una tol, i-records natin yung 5 Ws and 1 H. Okay ba si letter B? Yes. Okay, pangalawa, i-inform or i-notify si superior officer. Kasama ba yan? Yes. Pangatlo, mga tol, tayo ay maggawa ng synopsis report. At pang-apat, i-relay yung crime incident kanino? Sa mga patrol officer. So the answer in number 28 is letter C. Kasi hindi sila ang magre-respond, kundi yung ating mga patrol officer. The answer is letter C. Okay? Number 28 is letter C. Okay? So sunod-sunod yan mga tola. Kung nakapalo kayo kanina. Number 29. What is the final phase of crime scene investigation? Ano yung final phase natin, tol? Okay? Maraming nagsasagot, tol, final survey. Kasi nakita nila final. Okay? Eh, ang keyword nila, tol, final phase. Final survey daw, hindi po. Okay? The final phase is release of the crime scene. Okay? Kaya nga initial survey, crime scene documentation, crime scene search, collection of physical evidence, marking, preservation, final survey, and release of crime scene. Pinakahuli R. Okay? So number 29 ay letter D, delta, release of crime scene. Number 30. Okay? Who conducts the final survey of crime scene? Sino ang nagkakandaktol ng final survey sa crime scene? Chief Investigator, Chief of Police, Team Leader, IOC. Okay, tingin mga tol. Ang nagkakandaktol ng final survey ay walang iba kundi si Team Leader. Okay, dalawang survey tol ang kinakandak ni Team Leader. Unang-una tol, siya ang unang pumapasok. The initial survey. Initial survey. Pangalawa, siya rin tol ang nagkakandak tol ng tinatawag nating final survey. Kaya kapag tinanong kayo tol, who conducts the final and initial survey, it is the team leader. Siya ang nagkakandak na. Letter C, Charlie. Okay? So, number 31. Okay? Number 31. Number 30 is letter C. Okay? Number 31. After the conduct of final survey by the team leader, kanino niya ite-turn over ang crime scene para sa releasing? Kanino niya ite-turn over? Kanino? Kay IOC. Tingnan niyo tol yung aking ginawa kanina. Tingnan yung ginawa natin kanina. Okay? Kanino bumalik? Kay SOCO Team Unit, ibinalik kay IOC. Okay? So, after the final survey, mga tol, ibabalik natin kay IOC dahil si IOC ang magre-release ng crime scene. Siya ang magre-release ng crime scene. Si IOC. Okay? Number 31 is letter D, delta. Okay? Number 32. Now, once the crime scene has been properly documented and the location of evidence was located, the location process begins and will usually start with, okay, kapag magko-collect tayo ng mga ebidensya tol, saan dapat tayo magsisimula? Saan dapat tayo magsisimula? Kapag magko-collect tayo ng mga physical evidences. Saan? Okay. Tatandaan nyo mga tol, the collection of physical evidence should always begin sa mga fragile evidence. It usually begins sa mga fragile evidence. So the answer in number 32 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Letter C, Charlie. Tandaan nyo to sa collection of physical evidence. Okay, collection of physical evidence, lagi tayo mag-start sa mga fragile evidence. Ano yung mga fragile evidence? Yung mga biological na evidence. Ano yung example nun, tol? Yung mga hair, yung mga semen, yung mga blood, those are considered as fragile evidence. Okay? So number 33. What is the best method of the collection of evidence like footprints and tire prints? Okay? Anong klaseng method? Ang tinatanong dito, tol, method. Method of collecting evidence. Tol, ang tinatanong dito, tol, collection. Okay? Kapag photograph, tol, documentation yan. Okay? It is the best method of documenting the crime scene. Photograph. Okay? So, ang plaster of Paris at dental stone, iisa yan, tol, equipment or material na ginagamit yan para makapag-conduct tayo ng tinatawag nating casting or moulage. Okay? So, number 33, mga tol, ay letter A, casting or moulage. Okay? Now, kapag magmamark ka, tol, ng mga footprints at saka tire prints, okay, na ginamitan mo ng casting, saan mo sila imamark? Yung mga footprints at tire prints, tol, saan mo sila imamark? They will be marked at the back. Sa likod, tol. At the back. Sa likod. Okay? At the back. Sa likod. Okay? Kapag footprints na ginamitan natin ng plaster of Paris. Okay? Or ginamitan natin ng method of casting or moulage. Okay? So, at the back natin sila imamark. Okay? So, number 33, mga tol, is letter A, alpha. Okay? Number 34. After developing the latent print found at the crime scene, it is best to lift it first, then take photographs as back record. Is it correct practice and do you agree with the prover? Okay? Kapag daw tayo ay nakakita ng latent fingerprint or latent print sa crime scene, okay, tama ba na i-lift mo muna bago natin, okay, i-photograph? Tama ba? The answer is no. Bravo. Why? Because it violates the golden rule of criminal investigation. What is the golden rule of criminal investigation? Never move, touch, or alter anything unless it is properly documented. Anong ginawa tol ni Prover? Ginalaw muna yung ating print bago niya iphotograph. So it violates the golden rule of criminal investigation. Okay, or crime scene investigation. Okay, so number 24, tol, is letter B, bra. Okay, tama yan. Don't mock. Ano yung mock, mga tol? Okay, ano yung mock? Don't move. Okay. Okay, alter. Okay, alter or contaminate. Okay, contaminate. Move. Okay, alter and contaminate. Okay, yun yung don't mock rule. Okay, don't mock rule. Okay? Move, alter, and contaminate. Okay? So, number 35, mga tol. In collecting blood liquid sample, okay, what is the quantity needed? Okay, gaano daw natin kadami? Okay, yung ating liquid blood sample na kukuhain. Okay, for scientific analysis. Okay, gaano kadami? Okay? Letter B, bravo. Okay. 5 cc, tol. 5 cc. Ganon kadami, tol, kapag liquid blood sample. Okay, 5 cc. Okay. Ganito yan, tol. Kapag biological samples for DNA analysis, ganan yan kadami. Okay? Kapag whole blood or blood stains ang nakita mo, tol, gaano kadami? From 1 to 2 ml or 1 gram. Okay? It is for scientific analysis. Kapag saliva o buccal scrapings, okay, for cotton buds. Okay, for cotton buds. Kapag semen or seminal stains, mga tol, 3 swabs. Okay, kapag urine, 100 ml. Okay, so paka-screenshot ako nito mga tol, baka magamit nyo. Okay, baka lumabas sa board exam. At least, okay, kaya nyo tandaan. Okay, these are the quantity of evidence that is needed, okay, to be subjected for DNA analysis or scientific analysis. Okay, paka-screenshot mga tol. Baka magamit nyo. Okay, so next. Okay, number 36. Okay, in collecting blood stain at the crime scene, the prober must keep in mind that before placing the specimen in paper packet, it must be allowed first to be blank. Kapag tayo tol ay nag-collect ng blood stain, okay, bago natin ilagay yan sa paper packet, ano ang dapat muna nating gawin? What is the first thing to do? Kailangan muna natin yan patuyuin. Okay? It must be air dried. Okay? Pero sir, anong klaseng air dried? It must be natural. Okay? Hindi mo dapat yan gamitan ng mga electric fan or kahit anong pampatuyo. It must be naturally air dried. Okay? Yun yung ruling. Okay? Kapag blood stain. Okay? Kapag in-scrap mo yung stain, tol, okay, patuyuin mo, air dried. Kailangan yung air is natural air. Okay? So, number 36, tol, is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Now, number 37, mga tol. Which of the following is the primary role of the investigator upon arrival at a homicide scene? Tingnan maigi, mga tol. Ang tinatanong dito ay homicide scene. Okay? Homicide scene. What is the first thing to do of the investigator? What is the first thing to do, tol? Okay, verification of death, identification of person, call a physician for the proper declaration of death, secure the scene. Okay? So, the primary role of criminal investigator upon, okay, arrival at the homicide scene is what? The verification of death. I-verify natin kung patay na. Sir, panegurado tol may magsasabi yan. Sir, walang legal authority ang isang pulis para sabihing patay na siya. Yes, tama kayo. Okay, pero may kakayahan tol ang pulis to determine whether a person is dead or not. Okay? Pwedeng, okay, yan, tama yan. Sa kanyang pulse beat. Okay? Pwedeng, okay, gumamit ka ng tinatawag nating salamin. Okay? Pwede rin yung glass. Okay? So those are the actions na pwede niyang gawin para i-verify yung death. Okay? So anong sabi? Dami mali sa question na yan, sir. Okay? Marami talagang nagkakamali, tol. Okay? So isa pang nagkakamali nila, tol, is hindi nila binabasa kung anong klaseng scene. Okay? Kasi nakalagay dito to homicide scene, mga tol. Okay? Yes, mga tol, tama kayo. Walang legal authority ang isang police officer to determine, okay, to declare, okay, death na yung isang tao. Okay? But he has the ability to determine kung patay na or buhay pa yung isang tao. Kaya nga pinag-aaralan natin, tol, yung rigor mortis, algor mortis, and libor mortis. Okay? May kakayahan silang alamin kung patay na or buhay pa yung isang tao. Okay? So, the primary role, okay, kapag homicide scene, mga tol, verification of death. Okay? Maliwanag ba, tol? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Okay, number 38, tol. Photographs to be taken at the crime scene. Okay, ano ba dapat yung ating i-photographs? Okay, except. Sorry, hindi ko nalagyan, tol. Except. Okay, except. Okay, ano yung hindi kasama, mga tol? Except. Ano yung hindi kasama? Letter A, overall environments photographs. Letter B, photographs of articles of evidence and photographs of the deceased. Letter C, photographs of the scene of the crime operative showing their identity. Letter D, special techniques photograph of the body after removal. Ano yung hindi kasama, tol? Okay? Ang except dyan, tol, ay yung letter C. Okay? Hindi na natin, tol, kailangan i-photograph yung mga muka. Okay? Yung mga muka ng mga crime scene, ng mga operatives. Okay? So, cooperatives. Okay? Ang kailangan lang natin, tol, i-photograph is yung overall. Okay? Or yung general photographs. Okay? Kailangan nating i-photograph, syempre, yung nature of the crime scene through medium view. Okay? Or mid-range view. At kailangan natin tol i-photograph yung mga physical evidences through what? To close-up view. Okay? Hindi na natin tol kailangan i-photograph yung mga muka. Okay? Yung mga muka ng ating mga operatives. Okay? So baka nagse-selfie pa sila doon. O halimbawa may disease, may cadaver, o selfie muna, okay? Ipapasa natin kay piskal, okay? Sasampalin ka tol ni piskal. Ginagawa ng mukha mo dito. Okay, ikaw ba yung patay? Okay, sasampalin ka ng piskal, pre. Okay. Mumurahin kayo ng piskal. Ba't mo sinasubmit sa akin to? Anong gagawin ko to? Anong gagawin ko dito? Okay? So, papakita ko yan kay judge. Okay? So, number 38 ay letter C. Okay? Flex lang. Okay? Sasabihin, share ko lang naman kasi piskal. Okay? Share ko lang. So, number 39, mga tol. Okay? It supplements photographs of the crime scene and considered to be the best and simplest and most effective way of showing the actual measurements of identifying significant items of evidence in their location at the scene. Okay? Ano yung answer natin dito, mga tol? Okay? The answer is letter A, alpha. Why? Okay, sir, bakit? Okay, tingnan nyo tol yung question. Generic yung tanong. Generic yung tanong. Kung generic yung tanong, dapat generic din yung ating answer. Crime scene sketch. Okay? Sir, bakit hindi finish sketch? Ito ay specific or general kinds ng crime scene sketch. Sir, pag sinabi nating rough sketch tol, okay, ang rough sketch tol ay ginagawa saan? Sa crime scene. It is being done sa crime scene. Okay? Pangalawa, mga tol, ang rough sketch, mga tol, it was being drawn by the investigator, okay, na walang scale and proportion. It has no scale and proportion. Pag sinabi natin tol, scale and proportion, kahit hindi pantay yung ating drawing, okay lang. No scale and proportion. Okay. Ang finish sketch, mga tol, ito ay ginawa sa headquarters. Okay. Headquarters. Usually, ang gumagawa nito ay yung mga draftsmen. Okay. Draftsmen. Okay, yung magagaling mag-drawing na. Okay? Yung ating rough sketch, mga tol, okay? Yung ating rough sketch must be refined and improved. Kailangan natin, tol, i-refine and improve yung ating rough sketch. Why? Because yung ating finish or yung final sketch ay ginagamit natin saan? Sa courtroom presentation. Makinig na mabuti, mga tol. Saan ginagamit, sir, si finish or final sketch? Sa courtroom presentation. Okay? courtroom presentation. Okay? Kaya kailangan natin tol i-refine and improve si rough sketch kasi ginagamit natin si finished sketch. Okay? Sa courtroom presentation. Okay? Okay? Made by the investigator at the crime scene, no scale proportion. Ang sagot natin dyan, tol, rough sketch. Okay? Ang sagot natin dyan sa tanong mo, rough sketch. Okay? Kasi walang scale and proportion. No scale and proportion ang gamit na ang tawag natin dyan, rough sketch. Sinong gumawa? Si criminal investigator. Saan ginawa? Sa crime scene. Okay? Sa crime scene. Okay? So, number 39 mga tol ay crime scene sketch. Okay? Crime scene sketch. Naintindihan mga tol? Yes or no? Naintindihan mga tol? Yes or no? Yes. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo yan mga tol ha. Okay? Bakit ang sagot natin ay crime scene sketch? It is because generic yung tanong tol. So, it needs generic answer. Okay? So, number 39 ay letter A, alpha. Letter A, alpha. Okay. Number 40. Yan. In searching for physical evidence at the crime scene, the following types of search could be used depending upon local, number, number of personnel available, type of object sought, and speed desired, except. Tingnan mga tol. Tingnan, ang tinatanong ay except. Okay? Isa-isahin natin tol yung mga search, crime scene search na ginagawa natin. Unang-una tol yung tinatawag nating strip or line search. Okay? Strip or line search. Si strip or line search mga tol, it was considered as the most common type of search. Most common type of search. Most common yan, si strip or line search. Now, si double strip or grid search mga tol, it is what? It is modification. Okay? Modification of line search. Si double strip or grid search. Okay? Double strip or grid search. Tingnan natin tol. The zone, okay, tinatawag din natin yang sector. Sector. Ano pa? Tinatawag din natin yang quadrant search. Quadrant search. Okay? It was considered, mga tol, as what? It was considered as the most systematic and comprehensive type of search. Again, mga tol, si zone, si sector, and quadrant search, mga tol, ay kinukonsidered natin as the most comprehensive and systematic type of search. Okay? Now, okay, si spiral and wheel search, saan ginagamit? Sa mga circular area. Kapag sinabi nating spiral, saan nagsimula? Saan nagsimula? Saan nagsimula mga tol? Kapag spiral. Kapag spiral, it start at the outside, spiraling toward inside. Start outside. Okay? Start outside, spiraling towards inside. Spiral ang tawag natin dyan. Now, si wheel search tol ay tinatawag din nating phi. Okay, tinatawag din nating radial search. Okay, phi or radial search. Saan nagsimula to? It start at the center. It start at center. Papunta sa labas. Okay? Now, sir, okay, meron ba tayo tinatawag na rectangular? Okay, meron ba tayong tinatawag na rectangular? Ang rectangular tor, ito ay makikita mo sa crime scene sketch. Ito yung tinatawag nating measurements. Crime scene measurement. Okay? Hindi yan, sir. crime scene search. That's why ang sagot natin dito tol sa number 40 is letter B. Kasi yan ay measurement. It is the process of measuring the physical evidence. Okay? Hindi yan search. Ang tinatanong dito tol, searching for physical evidence. That's why the answer in number 40 is rectangular and circular search. Letter B. Bravo. Okay? Naintindihan to lahat ng search? Naintindihan to lahat ng search? Meron ako nilagay dito tol na bigla ako sa board exam namin. Okay, nung November, December 2019. Okay, naintindihan? Yes or no mga tol? Yes or no? Naintindihan? Okay, yes. Okay, so yan yung mga searches okay, na ginagamit natin tol sa crime scene. Okay? Okay, number 41. Okay? Yan, ito yung tinanong sa board exam namin. Biglang-bigla ako mga tol. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung isasagot ko. What kind of search method conducted okay, when the searcher starts at the central point? Okay, anong klase? Okay, ang tanong sa board exam namin, what kinds of search that is used in a circular area? Okay, ginagamit tol sa circular area. Circular area. Anong sagot natin dyan tol? Okay, anong sagot natin tol? Nabigla ako kasi ang hinahanap ko tol, kapag circular, okay, dalawa lang ang hahanapin ko. It is either spiral or okay, wheel method. Now, nabigla ako sa board exam namin. Walang spiral. Okay? Walang wheel method. Anong isasagot ko? The answer is letter A, alpha. Okay? Lumabas yan sa board exam namin noong November, December 2019. Okay? Kapag hindi mo nakita tol si wheel, phi, radial search, hanapin mo lang tol si concentric search. Okay? Si concentric search, hanapin mo lang siya. Okay? So yan yung lumabas sa amin noong November, December 2019. Ito yung pinakahuli kong nasagutan sa CDI. Kasi nagdadalawang isip ako, hindi ko alam yung word na concentric. Okay? Pero yan yung sinagot ko. Okay? At yan yun naman yung tama. Okay? Noong November, December 2019. Okay? So number 41 is letter A. Okay? Number 42 tol. Ikaw ay isang investigator, okay, investigating a suspected rape slaying case which was allegedly witnessed by a certain person who volunteered to identify and testify against the perpetrator. What are the factors that you should not consider to determine the accuracy of his identification of the suspect? Accuracy of his identification of the suspect. Ano yung hindi dapat natin i-consider tol para malaman natin yung kanyang accuracy in identifying the suspect? Isa-isahin natin tol. Okay? Kailangan ba natin tol i-consider yung kanyang ability to observe and remember the distinct appearance of the suspect? Yes. Okay? Kailangan natin yung i-consider. Okay? Tatanong mo, maliwanag mo po bang nakita na si Sir JM ang pumatay? Okay? Natatandaan mo po ba ang kanyang itsura? Okay? Nung mga panahong nakita mo o nangyayari ang krimen. Okay? Sir, ano pa? The prevailing conditions of visibility and observation when the crime was being committed. Okay? So, sobrang ang iyo po ba nakikita ay gaano ka po ba kalayo? Okay? Nung nakita mo yung suspect. Okay? Letter C, his state of mind when he witnessed the commission of the crime. Okay? Ikaw po ba, sir, okay, ay nasa matinong pag-iisip, okay, nung nakita mo yung krimen? Dapat ba nating itanong yan? Okay? Tandaan mo tol, witness yan. And he voluntary tol na magbigay, okay, ng information and to testify against the perpetrator. Okay? So the answer in number 42 is letter C, Charlie. His state of mind. Okay? So number 42 is letter C. Hindi dapat natin i-consider yan. Okay? Dahil kung witness mo yan, dapat tol, yan ay merong personal knowledge. Okay? And when you say personal knowledge, meron niyang alam doon sa krimen. Hindi mo na dapat itanong, nasa matino ka po bang pag-iisip? So number 42 tol is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Charlie. His state of mind. Okay? Number 42 is letter C. Okay? Number 43 mga tol. Okay? In the conduct of initial crime scene search, the constitutional right to privacy may be an issue even when the victim is deceased. Okay? If a landlord reported a crime of murder in the apartment rented to the victim, in this case, what should be done to conform to the legal requirements for search? Okay? Ano yung dapat natin gawin, tol? Okay? Para tayo ay makasunod sa legal requirement ng search. What would be our best action as a police officer, tol? As magkakandak tayo, tol, ng search. Okay? Ano yung dapat nating gawin? Okay? The answer is letter D, Delta. Okay? Delta. Okay? Pag-signin natin sila, okay, ng statement, okay, na kung saan tol pinapayagan nung landlord and the co-tenants, okay, and the landlord na magkaroon ng search dun sa kanyang premises. Okay? So kasi kung kukuha pa tayo ng search warrant tol, matatagalan. So pwedeng makontaminate yung mga physical evidences na present doon sa crime scene. That's why tol, okay, magkaroon na lamang ng signing. Okay, magkaroon ng statement. Okay, si landlord. Okay? So number 43-8. Okay, what if naman tol, if there is no co-tenant, what if in the above situation, in case there are co-tenants, they must also give permission to search. Okay? However, if they are not available for any reason, what is required since the co-tenants may turn out to be the suspect to the murder? Okay? Ano yung dapat natin kinakailangan? Okay? Kung wala yung co-tenants, kung wala din yung landlord, ano na yung kailangan natin? Kailangan na natin ng search warrant. Okay? Kung wala yung co-tenants as well as the landlord. Okay? At kailangan na nating mag-search. Okay? Syempre, kailangan nating ng search warrant. Now, as a police officer, nag-search ka, tol. Okay? Nag-search ka, mga tol. Okay? Nag-search ka. What would be your crime committed? Ano yung crime na nakumit mo? Pumasok ka sa private property. Okay? Violation of domicile. Okay? Not illegal trespass to dwelling, mga tol. Violation of domicile. Kasi ikaw ay isang police officer. Okay? Kung ikaw ay private person, yes, illegal trespass to dwelling. Okay? Dahil ikaw ay isang public officer, mga tol, ang crime committed mo is violation of domicile. Okay? So, number 43 is letter A, alpha. Okay? Yan. Number 44, covert observation of person, place, or things by human or technical means to acquire information. Anong tawag natin dyan, tol? Okay? Sir, bakit surveillance? Tama kayo. Bakit surveillance? Kasi tol, generic yung tanong. Okay? Surveillance yan kasi generic yung tanong. Okay? Kaya yan ay surveillance. Okay? Now, meron tayong mga different types ng surveillance. Unang-una tol, yung tinatawag nating tailing or shadowing. Okay? Tailing or shadowing. Sino yung subject tol ng tailing or shadowing? Yung mga person, ginagawa yan tol sa tao. Okay? Kapag casing tol, tinatawag din natin yan as reconnaissance. Okay? Saan natin tol ginagamit ang casing or reconnaissance? Sa mga place or terrain. Okay? Sa mga place or terrain. Okay? Yan yung proper term na ginagamit natin. Okay? Kapag roping or undercover, mga tol, saan to ginagamit? Kapag groping or undercover, saan ito ginagamit? sa mga activity, surveillance sa mga activity ng isang individuals. Okay? Yan yung pinagkaiba-iba ng tatlo, mga tol. Tatandaan nyo. Kapag tailing or shadowing, ginagawa yan sa mga tao. Okay? Kapag casing or reconnaissance sa terrain or sa mga lugar, places. Kapag roping or undercover, mga tol, okay, sa mga activities. Okay? O surveillance sa mga activities ng isang tao. Okay? So, number 44, tol, is letter A kasi generic yung tanong. So, it needs generic answer. Surveillance. Okay? Maliwanag, mga tol. Yes. Take out or place. Okay? So, tingin. Okay? So, number 45. Okay? So, number 45, tol, eavesdropping the crime scene means. Okay? Ano pag sinabi natin, tol, eavesdropping? Okay? Anong ginagawa natin, tol? Okay? Kapag eavesdropping, tol, tatandaan nyo, tol. Okay? Wala kang ginagamit na instrument. No instrument was being used to record the conversation. Okay? Ibig sabihin, ang eavesdropping, mga tol, discreetly or secretly listening to the conversation of other person. Okay? Ano yung sa choices, tol? Okay? Na tumutukoy sa eavesdropping, letter C. Playing the role of the spectator and mix with the crowd to listen to their conversation. Tawag natin yan, tol. Yan, very good. Marites. Okay? So, mga chismosa. Okay? Mga mosa. Okay? Eavesdropping yung ginagawa nila. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating letter D, recording using an instrument, anong tawag natin dyan, tol? Bagging. Tinatawag natin yan, tol, bagging. Okay? Bagging. Okay? Kapag interception, tol, ng telephone conversation, ang tawag naman natin doon ay wiretapping. Okay? Very good. Wiretapping. Okay? I think it is already discussed sa inyong Leia. Okay? So, number 46. Yan. What is the first action of the police officer upon arrival at a homicide scene? Okay? Tingnan natin, tol, sa question. Kayo muna ang tatanungin ko, mga tol. Anong nakalagay sa question? Anong napansin nyo? Anong klaseng scene? Homicide scene, mga tol. Homicide scene. Okay? Kung yan ay isang homicide investigation dahil yan ay homicide scene, what is the first action of the police officer? Tol, tingnan mo na mabuti, tol. Homicide scene. Ibig sabihin, tol, patay na kasi yan ay homicide investigation. What is the proper thing to do? Okay? What is the proper thing to do? The best answer in this question is letter D, delta. Identification of witness. Okay? Identification of witness. Tol, homicide scene yan. Okay? Kung yan ay crime scene, tama si letter A. Dahil yan ay homicide scene, tol, specific na scene ang tinatanong. Ano ang dapat mong gawin? We must identify the witness. Pero kung nakita mo dyan, tol, verification of death, yun ang una mong isasagot. Again, mga tol, kung nakita mo dito sa choices, verification of death, okay, yun ang isasagot mo kaysa identification of witness. Dahil wala, mga tol, i-identify natin yung witness. Okay? Hindi rin naman pwedeng crime scene search. Why? Because hindi pa yan properly documented. At hindi tayo, tol, pwede magkaroon ng witness interviewing kung hindi pa natin na-identify si witness. That's why the best answer is letter D. Okay? Meron po bang contradiction sa aking sagot? May contradiction po ba sa aking sagot? Tol, homicide scene ang tinatanong. Okay, okay lang. So kung mali ako, tol, tatanggapin ko. Okay? Pero yun talaga yung sagot ko dito, mga tol. Homicide scene kasi. Okay? Homicide scene. Okay? So number 46 ay letter delta. Okay? So number, yan, 47. Paano natin, tol, okay, i-collect yung mga blood stains? Okay, oo daw, sabi ni Kamukha TV. Okay, paano natin i-collect yung bloods? Meron ba? Contradiction? Balikan muna natin. Baka meron daw contradiction. Meron ba, Mr. Kamukha? Okay, wala. Okay. So number 47, tol. Okay. Paano natin, tol, i-collect yung isang blood stain? Okay. Okay. Paano natin i-collect yung blood stain? Since the unknown perpetrator victim who may die were both cut their identities need to be established through the blood stain. How will the police collect the stains? Okay, anong gagawin natin, mga tol? Okay, so si Mr. Estrandante. Okay, darte tulog na. Okay, so anong gagawin natin, tol? We must scrap the stain into white paper using a clean razor blade. Okay, so number 47, mga tol, is letter C. Okay, gana natin, tol, i-collect ang isang blood stain. Okay, gana natin. So, hindi naman pwedeng i-remove natin yung door and submit it to the crime lab. Baka hampasin ka ng mga police officer dun sa crime lab. Ihampas sa'yo, tol, yung isang buong puno. Okay, so that's why, tol, ang answer in number 47 is letter C. Ay, ihampas mo yung buong puno sa'yo, tol. Ay, yung buong door. Okay, so paano mo pati dadalhin yun, tol, sa crime lab? Okay, so number 48. Okay, so physical evidence must be protected. Hoy, gising. Okay, physical evidence must be protected from accidental, intentional, and even natural alterations too. Blank. Okay, what is the purpose, tol, kung bakit natin kailangan protektahan yung mga physical evidences? Okay, bakit natin kailangang protektahan yung physical evidences? Okay, parang tulog na tulog si sir. Okay, talagang sarap ng tulog. Nananaginip na tuloy siguro to. Okay, nagsasagot na to sa board exam ng CDI. Okay, so number 48, tol, bakit kailangan natin, tol, i-protektahan yung mga physical evidences? Okay, bakit kailangan? A, B, C, or D? Okay, the answer in this is, it is because, tol, kapag ipepresenta natin yung physical evidences, okay, sa korte, kailangan same substantial condition ito. Okay? Kaya nga, tol, kailangan natin i-maintain yung legal integrity at physical integrity ng isang ebidensya. Kasi kailangan natin yung ipresenta sa korte na katulad ng ebidensya kung paano natin siya kinolekta. Okay, that's why the answer in number 48 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Nawalaan to ko. Okay? So number 47, sir, ay letter C. Number 48, tol, ay letter C, Charlie. Okay? Okay, matulog, tol, hahampasin natin ng okay? Hahampasin natin ng isang buong puno. Isang buong pinto. Okay? So number 48, tol, ay letter C, Charlie. Okay? So good night. Okay? So number 49, mga tol. Okay? So determination of what actually occurred and circumstances of the crime through the appearance of the place and objects at the crime scene, which is done after the completion of the search, is called blank. Okay, anong tawag daw natin doon na kung saan, tol, inuulit natin yung mga pangyayari or yung appearances ng crime scene? What do you call this? A, reconstruction of crime. B, crime profiling. C, crime analysis. D, physical reconstruction. Okay, anong tawag natin dyan, tol? Ang tawag natin dyan, tol, ay reconstruction of the crime. Okay, reconstruction of the crime. Now, tol, meron tayong dalawang klase ng reconstructing the crime scene. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na physical reconstruction at saka mental reconstruction. Makinig na mabuti, mga tol. Pag sinabi nating physical reconstruction, tol, the physical appearance of the crime scene is reconstructed from the description of the witness. Tandaan nyo tol, ang physical reconstruction tol, okay, ay ginagawa or nire-reconstruct po, okay, gamit yung description of the witness. Okay? So now sir, kailan ginagawa ang mental reconstruction? Tol, ginagawa ang mental reconstruction after the physical reconstruction. Anong purpose, sir, kung bakit tayo nagkakandak ng mental reconstruction? The purpose of conducting mental reconstruction is to determine the consistency yung mga witness. Okay, ang tawag natin dyan, tol, mental reconstruction. Baka malito kayo, mga tol, baka malito. Okay, sa tinatawag natin, tol, reconstruction at saka physical reconstruction at saka sa crime reenactment. Baka malito kayo, mga tol. Okay? Sir, anong pinagkaiba, tol? Okay, ng crime reenactment at saka okay, ng ating physical reconstruction. Okay? Ang crime reenactment, mga tol, okay, ito ay ginagawa, okay, based saan? Sa written confession ng ating witness. Okay, again, okay, the written confession, okay, the written confession of witness. Okay, the written confession of witness is used as a script in describing the events. The written confession of the witness is used as script. Okay, is used as script in describing events. Okay, describing events. Ang tawag natin diyan, tol, ay crime reenactment. Okay? Crime reenactment. Okay? So yan ang pinagkaiba nila, tol. Physical reconstruction at saka crime reenactment. Okay? Ang physical reconstruction, tol, ginagaya natin yung physical appearance kung paano nakita natin yung crime scene. Ang crime reenactment, mga tol, inuulit natin yung mga events kung paano nangyari ang krimen. Katulad, tol, ng ginagawa sa Soko. It is a crime reenactment. Saan nakabase yun, tol? Doon sa confession ng mga witness. Ginagawa nating ano po? Script. Ang tawag natin doon, tol, crime reenactment. Okay? So lumabas din yan, sir, 2019. So sana, tol, matandaan nyo. Okay? Yung pinagkaiba-iba. Okay? Yung pinagkaiba-iba. Okay? Klaro ba, mga tol? Klaro. Yes or no? Ulitin natin, tol, ha? Okay, ang physical reconstruction, mga tol, ginagawa yan para i-reconstruct ang crime scene base sa description ng mga witness at saka sa mga physical evidence. Sir, kailan ginagawa ang mental reconstruction? After physical reconstruction. Anong purpose, sir? To determine the consistency of the witnesses. Anong pinagkaiba, sir, ng crime reenactment? Ang crime reenactment, mga tol, ginagawa yung written confession ay ginagawa nating script, okay, in describing the events of the crime commission. Okay, tandaan nyo yan, tol. Wag na wag kakalimutan, tol. Okay, the difference between the physical reconstruction at saka crime reenactment. Okay. So next. Okay, number 50. Okay, it is the notion which declares that human behavior tends to repeat itself, okay, and can be served as a basis of the investigator in determining blank. Talon-talon muna kayo, mga tol. Okay, what do you call this? A, criminal behavior. B, nature of the crime. C, modus operandi. D, criminal intent. Okay, anong tawag natin dyan? Ang tawag natin dyan ay modus operandi. Okay, so ano ba pag sinabi nating modus operandi? It is the distinct pattern of crime commission. Distinct pattern of crime commission. Distinct pattern of crime. Okay, ang tawag natin dyan, tol, modus operandi. Kaya nga tinatawag din natin yan as the brand. Okay, as the brand of criminals. Okay, brand of criminals. Ano pa, tol? Tinatawag din nila yan as the logo of criminals. Ano pa? It is the trademark of criminals. Okay, trademark of criminals. Ang tawag natin diyan, tol, ay modus operandi. Okay? Okay, the modus operandi. Okay, so number 50, mga tol, pakisulat, tol, modus operandi. Distinct pattern of crime commission. It is the brand name of criminals, the logo of criminals, and the trademark of criminals. Ang tawag natin diyan, tol, ay modus operandi. Okay, or sabi nila modus operandi, kahit ano, tol, tayo naman ay mga criminology, okay, reviewee, okay, and students. Okay, so kahit anong basa natin. Okay, so number 50, tol, ay letter, okay, C. Okay, so salamat po. Okay, number 51, mga tol. Okay, you are a police officer responding to a crime which there is a dying person. You will obtain dying declaration from him. Which of the following is not one of your duties in regard to dying declaration, tol? O, ikaw, tol, ay isang first responder. Nakita mo, tol, naniniwala ka na yung isang tao ay mamamatay na. Okay, serious na yung condition niya. Tandaan nyo, tol, kung serious ang condition, ano ang dapat nating gawin? Kumuha tayo ng dying declaration. Okay? Ang dying declaration, mga tol, tinatawag din nating ante-mortem statement. Again, tinatawag din natin yang ante-mortem statement. Okay? Now, mga tol, kung kukuha ka ng dying declaration, ang tinatanong dito, ano daw yung hindi mo na dapat gawin? Okay? With regards to dying declaration. Okay? Letter A, observe the victim as to whether he is manifesting a feelings of impending death. Okay, kasama ba yan? Okay, dapat, tol, naniniwala ka na siya ay mamamatay. Nakasama ba yan? Yes, kapag kukuha ka ng dying declaration, kailangan mong alamin yan. Pangalawa, mga tol, observe carefully the mental condition of the victim and jot down immediately statement. Kailangan ba yan? Yes, ang tanong, sir, may format ba ang dying declaration? Ang sagot, ang dying declaration has no definite format. Again, ang dying declaration, no definite format. Walang format yan. Okay? Letter C, attempt to save the lives of the victim. Letter D, avoid leading questions and produce the statement. What is your answer? C or D? The answer is letter C, Charlie. Attempt to save the life. Hindi mo na dapat, tol, i-attempt kasi nga kumukuha ka na ng dying declaration. Unang-una, mga tol, naniniwala ka pati na siya ay mamamatay na. Nasa impending death na siya. Okay? There is no need for you to save the lives of the victim. Pero kung naniniwala ka, tol, na kaya pa niyang mabuhay, dalhin mo sa pinakamalapit na ospital kasi yun yung sole obligation mo. Okay? Yun yung sole obligation mo. Kung naniniwala kang kaya niyang mabuhay. Pero dahil, tol, dito sa question is that, okay, nakita mo na siya ay mamamatay na kasi ang nakalagay, tol, dying person. Okay? Which kumukuha ka na ng dying declaration, ano daw yung hindi mo duty? Ang hindi mo duty is to attempt to save life the victim. Because kumukuha ka na ng dying declaration. Kasi hindi na natin yan tatawagin dying declaration, tol, kung ikaw ay naniniwala na hindi pa siya mamamatay dun sa kanyang mga natamong sugat. it is no longer a dying declaration. Mawawalan niya ng silbi, mga tol. Okay? That's why the answer in number 51 is letter C, Charlie. Okay? Charlie. Okay? Lumabas talaga yan, mali ako. Okay? At least ngayon, tol, pag lumabas ulit yan, okay, tama ka na. Okay? Tama ka na. Okay? So, number 52. Okay? So, salamat po, salamat. Okay, number 52. Okay, physical evidence is any article found at the crime scene or small or large which in one way or another connected with the crime investigated. Okay, it uses are except one. Okay, ano daw yung hindi kasama? Okay, what is the purpose ng mga physical evidence na nakita natin? Ano yung mga purpose, tol? What are the purpose of physical evidence? Okay, unahin natin, tol. Okay, it identifies yung mga participants. Yes, it identifies the participants. Pangalawa, it confirm or discredit an alibi. Yes, ang tanong ko, mga tol. Okay, salamat, tol. Okay, ang tanong ko, mga tol. Okay, sagutin niyo muna ako, mga tol. What kind of evidence discredit an alibi? Anong klaseng physical evidence which discredit the alibi or destroy the alibi, the weakest type of defense? Anong ebidensya? Anong types of physical evidence? What kind of physical evidence? Okay? Ang sagot, tol, associative evidence. Okay? Dinidestroy yan, tol, ng associative evidence. So ano ba ibig sabihin ng alibi? Elsewhere, wala ako dyan. Now, kung nakita natin, tol, sa crime scene yung associative evidence, it links, it associates, it implicates you to the crime scene. Ibig sabihin, tol, meron connection yung crime scene sa'yo. Okay? Because it links you to the crime scene. Okay, that's why, tol, ang purpose, ang function din, tol, ng ating physical evidence is to confirm or discredit an alibi. Okay? So, between letter A and letter C, what is the answer? Okay? Between letter A and letter C, mga tol, what is the best answer? Okay, ano yung best answer natin, mga tol? Okay, letter A. Okay? It does not determine the cause of victimization, mga tol. Okay? It does not determine the cause of victimization. So, the best answer, tol, in number 52 is letter A, alpha. Okay? Alpha. Yan yung mga function, okay, or purpose ng ating mga physical evidences. Okay? Alpha. Okay? Number 53. Okay? It is the methodology involving the systematic searching, handling, distribution. Tol, dito pa lang sa word na ito, accountability of all evidence found at the crime scene. Okay? So ano yan, mga tol? Anong tawag natin dyan? Okay, what do you call this? Okay, anong tawag natin dyan? Okay, ang tawag natin dyan, tol, ay okay, chain of custody. Okay, the chain of custody. Okay, sir, paano po ba nangyayari ang chain of custody sa crime scene? Makinig ng mabuti, mga tol. Okay, magsimula tayo dito, tol, sa crime scene. Okay, sa crime scene. Ito ay makikita nyo, tol, sa PNP manual. Okay, sa PNP manual. Now, sa crime scene, tol, upon collection, mga tol. Okay, upon collection, by the evidence collector, tol, okay? Iko-collect yan ng evidence collector. Evidence collector. Okay? Siyempre, tol, ilalagay natin yan saan? Ilalagay natin yan sa evidence log. Okay? Ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod, tol, kung paano natin, okay, ino-observe yung chain of custody. Ilalagay natin yan sa evidence log. Now, kung ang isang physical evidence, tol, will be subjected sa scientific analysis, okay, anong gagawin natin, tol? Dadalhin natin yan saan? Sa crime lab. Okay? Dadalhin natin yan sa crime lab. Okay? Now, pagkatapos tol, makakuha ng result, yung mga physical evidence tol na idinala sa crime lab ay ibabalik natin kanino? Kay evidence custodian. Ibabalik natin kay evidence custodian. Okay, ibabalik natin siya. Okay? Now, okay, yung physical evidence tol, pwede nating makuha or i-present kay korte sa pamamagitan ng isang court order. Okay, sa pamamagitan ng isang court order or courtroom presentation. Yan yung pagkakasunod-sunod tol ng ating chain of custody. Okay, according yan tol sa PNP manual. Ulitin ko lang mga tol ha. Okay, sa crime scene tayo nagsimula kasi nandun yung mga physical evidence. Ang tanong ko mga tol, what is the primary source of physical evidence? Kapag tinanong kayo sa board exam mga tol, okay, what is the primary source of physical evidence? Primary source. Okay, tandaan nyo tol ha, kapag may nakita kayong primary based doon sa question, huwag kayong magsasagot ng all of the above. Kapag primary source of physical evidence mga tol, ang sagot, crime scene. Now, sa crime scene natin mga tol, okay, nandyan si evidence collector. Siya ang magko-collect ng ebidensya. Okay, but before that tol, upon collection, ilalagay natin yan sa evidence log. Okay, and yung mga ebidensya tol na isasubject natin for scientific analysis ay dadalihin natin kay crime lab. Now, after kay crime lab tol, anong mangyayari sir sa mga physical evidence? Ipupunta natin or ibibigay natin kanino? Kay evidence custodian. Nandyan lahat ng ebidensya mga tol. Okay. Now, sir, pwede po bang makuha namin yung mga ebidensya na ginamit? Okay, yes. Okay, sa pamamagitan ng court order. Pwedeng through subpoena. Okay? So, anong gagawin tol? Si investigator pupunta sa court at ipepresent yung mga ebidensya na kanyang nakuha. Okay? So, sasabihin kung ano yung mga evidence na kanyang nalalaman or nakuha. So, yan yung tinatawag nating chain of custody. Okay, according yan tol sa PNP manual sa DIDM on criminal investigation. Okay, if mababrowse nyo tol, much better. Okay, much better. Kasi sometimes nagtatanong doon yung examiner. Okay, so huwag kayong mag-alala mga tol. Okay, ako din tol, natulog ako nung board exam. Mismong board exam tol, natulog ako. Okay, ano ata yung third day, last day na. Kasi ang aga ko natapos sa sa shosho. Okay, ay last day tol. Okay, nakakain na agad ako. 11 pa lang nakakain na ako. So anong start ba? 1:30 pa yung start, 11. So yun, natulog muna ako dun sa room. Okay, nagising ako tol. Okay, 5 minutes na lang bago yung exam. Okay, nagbibigay na tol ng ng mga questionnaire. Okay, so buti na lang. So okay lang din yun tol kasi nakatulog ka din. O kung mabigat talaga tol, doon mo na kasi mararamdaman yung pagod. Share ko lang to sa inyo tol. Kapag nasa last day na kayo, doon kayo makakaramdam ng pagod. Okay, pero isipin niyo tol, last na to. Okay, bibigay ko na yung best ko. Okay, wag na kayong tatama din tol. Yung babasta-bastain nyo, wag. Isipin mo, last na to. Pagkatapos nun, tapos na ako. Okay, wala na akong iisipin kasi alam ko, pasado ako. Okay? Sa room din ako talaga nakatulog, tol. Okay, so number 54, tol. To prove the chain of custody, okay, of evidence, the following must be demonstrated except. Okay? Except. Review pa lang natutulog na. Okay? Except. Okay, ano yung hindi kasama tol to prove the chain of custody? What is the answer in number 54, mga tol? Okay, the evidence must be from alteration, contamination, and switching. Letter B, the evidence offered is the same evidence found at the crime scene. Letter C, there is no opportunity to replace or improperly alter the evidence. Letter D, any change in the condition can be explained. What would be your answer in number 54? Okay, what would be your answer? The answer is letter, okay, A. Okay? Dapat yung ebidensya natin, tol, mas yung ating evidence which ay hindi dapat maging pre. Okay, sorry. Okay, the answer in number 54 ay letter D. Okay, any change in the condition of evidence cannot be explained. Tatandaan nyo mga tol. Okay, ang ebidensya natin, tol, sa ating chain of custody, okay, it's strict accountability of person. Na kung meron niyang nabago, okay? Kung merong gumugulo ka na, sir. Okay? So sakit kasi ang ulo ko. Kung merong nabago, tol, kung merong nabago dun sa condition ng ating ebidensya, okay? Kung merong nabago dun sa condition ng ating ebidensya, it is a mere violation, okay, ng accountability, okay, ng ebidensya. Okay? The answer in number 54 is letter D, delta. Okay, delta. Hindi na yan kayang i-explain mga tol. Letter D, delta. Okay? Okay, number 54. Okay, tingnan mabuti mga tol. Kapag si Police Corporal Pontiveros is assigned in the investigation of a shooting incident wherein several fired empty shells are found at the crime scene to be used as evidence, where should Police Corporal Pontiveros mark the fired empty shell? Anong sagot natin mga tol? Okay, tingnan natin tol. Ano ang nakita na ebidensya? What is the evidence found at the crime scene? Fired empty shell or fired empty shell. So, kapag nakakita kayo tol ng fired empty shell, saan nyo imamark ang fired empty shell? Tandaan nyo tol, kapag yan ay fired empty shell, kaya pwede nyo yung i-mark sa near inside the open mouth. Halimbawa tol, ito yung ating fired empty shell. Okay? Yan yung ating fired empty shell. Okay? Kapag fired empty shell, pwede po bang near inside the open mouth? Yes. Okay? Pwede bang near outside the open mouth? Yes. Okay? Pwede po ba, sir, sa side or the body? Yes. Wag na wag mo lang, sir, mamarkan. Saan? Sa base. Wag na wag sa base. Bakit, sir? Kasi naandyan po yung tinatawag nating firing pin mark. Firing pin mark. Kaya hindi pwede, sir, sa base. Pwedeng yung letter A, pwedeng yung letter C. Okay? And syempre, dahil pwede lahat, okay, all of the foregoing. Okay, yung mga nauna, pwede. Okay, itong mga nauna. So, the answer is letter D. Okay, bakit, sir, none of the above? Okay, because, tol, kapag sa ogive nose and base, ito ay minamark natin. Saan? Saan na, anong gamit natin ito minamark? Okay? Kapag ang nakita natin ay bullet, mga tol, sa ogive or nose and sa base, okay, natin iminamark. Ano ba yung nakita, tol? Fired empty shell. Again, mga tol, okay? Fired empty shell. Okay? Ang nakita dito sa situation ay fired empty shell. Okay, kaya hindi yung letters E, it is because, okay, yung ogive nose and base ay ito ay ginagamit natin kapag imamark natin, okay, yung isang bullet. Okay, bullet. Okay, so number 55 is letter D, delta. Okay, delta. Okay, so number 56. Okay, So number 56, circumstantial evidence is an evidence that indirectly proves a fact in issue through an inference. Okay, ano nga tol pag sinabi ulit nating circumstantial evidence? These are evidence that are taken collectively. Now mga tol, okay, ang circumstantial evidence ba ay sufficient for conviction? Ang sagot, general, hindi. Okay, mas lalo na kung ang circumstantial evidence ay iisa. Dahil tol, bago ang circumstantial evidence ay maging sufficient for conviction, dapat yan ay more than one circumstances are present. Pangalawa, the facts from which the inferences derive are proven. At pang-apat, tol, okay, the combination lahat ng circumstances are, okay, can produce a conviction beyond reasonable doubt. Okay? So, the answer in number 56, mga tol, is letter D, delta. 56 ay letter D, delta. Okay? Delta. Okay? So, number 56, delta, tol. Yan yung hinihingi ng ating rules of evidence para maging sufficient for conviction yung ating circumstantial evidence. Okay? So number 56 ay letter D, delta. Okay? Number 57 to, last number. Okay, last number. Okay? So last number na mga tol, salamat. Okay? The elements of investigative process are blank. Okay? Tingin mga tol, ano daw yung mga elements ng investigative process? What are the elements of investigative process? What would be your answer? Letter A, B, C, or D? Okay, binanggit ko kanina tol. Ano nga yung elements ng ating investigative process? Ang keyword natin, ano nga po? FICER. Okay, pwedeng cipher. Unang-una, preservation. I, inquiry or identification. Letter C, collection. Okay? Ano pa? Letter E, evaluation. And letter R, recognition. Ano yung hindi kasama, tol? Okay, dissemination. We are not disseminating information, but we are, okay, inquiring or soliciting information. So the answer in last number 57 is 1, 2, 4, 5. Letter C, Charlie. Okay? So lahat po ba ay tama? Kasi nabanggit ko na to kanina mga tol. Lahat ba ay tama? Yes. Okay? So yun na yung last number natin mga tol. That would be the last number. Okay? Para sa ating fundamentals of criminal investigation. Okay? So, mga tol, kayo po ba ay may natutunan? Okay? May natutunan ba kayo? Yes. Okay? So, mga tol, yun na yung mga tinanong sa board exam in the last noong June 2019 as well as noong November, December 2019. I hope okay, na sila ay natandaan nyo. Okay, dadalhin nyo yan sa board examination nyo. And salamat tol sa inyong pakikinig. Okay, so see you. Okay, so sana tol ay makapasa na sa board exam. Tandaan nyo mga tol, okay, meron ako laging kino-quote. Okay, na kung saan tol, success is not an event, it is a process. Pag sinabi natin tol process, merong step-by-step procedure. Okay, ibig sabihin mga tol, kung yan ay proseso, okay, isa sa proseso na pagdadaanan nyo is that kailangan nyong mag-review. Okay, part of the success or part of being a registered criminologist is that you must, okay, you must undergo a process of reviewing. And part ito tol nung proseso. Okay, and I am happy that you are, okay, na kayo ay sinusundan nyo yung proseso. Okay, happy tol na sinusundan yung proseso. Tandaan nyo mga tol, okay, tiisin nyo muna yung mga luho nyo, yung mga pleasure nyo. Okay, yung mga pleasure nyo. Darating din kayo dyan. Okay, pagkatapos nun, tsaka nyo sundin lahat ng luho nyo. But ngayon tol, since the board exam ay papalapit na, it is less than 2 months, okay, dapat tol, focus na kayo sa board examination. Okay? So, wag muna kayo daw magchapopoy, sabi ni Sir Chaps. Okay, iwasan muna yan. Okay, hanggat maaari, mga tol, okay, mag-review lang na mag-review. Okay? So, yun lang. Okay, so salamat po sa inyong pakikinig. Then, see you, tol. Okay, basahin, tol, yung aking question and answer na ibinigay sa inyo. So, ipapasa ko na lang din yung aking PowerPoint presentation. Okay, ipapasa ko na lamang din po sa inyo. Okay po. So, kung wala na mga tol, okay, salamat sa inyong pakikinig sa 2 araw. I hope you learn something, especially sa ating kay FCI and drugs. Sana masagutan nyo yung board examination. Okay, huwag kayong mag-alala. Meron pa tayong final coaching, I think. Okay, so yun yung mga questions naman na okay, tingin namin ay lalabas. Okay, sa inyo. Malay nyo itanong ulit. Okay? So, yun lang mga tol. Ingat kayo lagi, then laging mag-review. Okay, yun lang yung mapapayo ko sa inyo. Laging mag-review and mag-pray syempre. Okay, pray. Okay, na matuloy. Okay, na matuloy and pumasa sa board examination. Okay? So, yun lang tol. Salamat sa mga bati nyo. Okay? So, ingat kayo. So, Sir Chaps, thank you po. Ma'am Ella, thank you po.